I'm not so sure.
Listen close, yeah, we need to talk. Woo!
Listen close, yeah, we need to talk. There's so much garbage walking down the block, floating around YouTube, filling up your screen. The messiest advice that you've ever seen. They've been here 5 minutes, fresh off the plane. Passport ink ain't even dry, telling you how to live, it's driving us insane. They promise you paradise, everything is nice, but they're just telling you that bad advice. Those sugar-coated fool lies, yeah, they taste so sweet. But Heidi knows the truth about the heat on the street. Bite me, bite me, bite me, bite me. It's Heidi versus the hype, yeah. She's clearing out the gripes, she's one of a kind. She's earned her stripes, she's tired of the fakes. She's cutting through the line. It's the real deal, baby. It's Heidi versus the hype. Heidi versus the hype. It's Heidi versus the hype. Heidi versus the hype. She's an original OG, American expat. She's seen it all, from wannabes to huge age gap traps. No filters, no scripts, no Hollywood glow. Just he busted down vloggers all over the Philippines. Just a gritty real life that you need to know. It's Heidi versus the hype, yeah. She's clearing out the gripes, she's one of a kind. She's earned her stripes, she's tired of the fakes. She's cutting through the line. It's the real deal, baby. Heidi versus the hype. Heidi versus the hype. It's Heidi versus the hype. Heidi versus the hype. The American wife uncensored is here to make the muddy waters run clear. This is the only reality show you need to know. Heidi versus the hype. Heidi versus the hype. Heidi versus
Good morning, guys. I am awake, and wish I could bake anything at this point. Bake, and bake. So, good morning, guys. Good morning. Gonna let the room build up. Today is where I go through troll messages, Filipino messages, things from expats, things we've received over the years, and just generalizing a mailbag. Seems to be the up and coming thing, is to go through the complaints and the bitching and the true questions and statements we get all the time through Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and just play some, and emails. Emails is where we get a lot of things, including where we get our troll stuff. But we've had the same trolls for years, so no big deal. We are down to just a few days before Christmas, guys. So what do we got now? 5 days. So we ordered up the remaining of the groceries to cook. So we will be definitely doing a live stream on Christmas Day. We usually do one for several hours, just not two. Sometimes it's 4, 5, 6 hours long. That'll be Christmas Eve for the people in the United States. And then we might do one on Christmas Eve itself. Haven't decided, but usually we do. We run a couple of them. And then, of course, we just released George's video where he did an event for his friend that had diabetes, and a bunch of local bands got together and had raised money. He's on dialysis, and so it was kind of cool. He needed a night out and a break from me. And look, George's Christmas presents are actually piling up. Check it out. He didn't know till now that they're picking up. So he's got all kinds of special gifts. You guys are not going to want to miss us opening our Christmas. He has like a stocking, and I put stuff in there, weird stuff, and he's got a lot of weird Christmas this year that ought to be, the look on his face will be like priceless. It'll be worth sticking around for a few hours to actually see what really goes on Christmas. I think this year I outdid myself. Some of it is just, I actually close to pissing myself. Matter of fact, I said I did piss myself laughing at some stuff like I do when we're going and doing the shorts, or I'm editing some shorts about them googly eyes. He was just hilarious. Him in those Google glasses. Let me see. I got my Google glasses here. We have some new ones coming. You know what? I wish we could put these on. We could sell these. Probably could. Probably the cost of them here versus what they are on Amazon in the U.S. We ought to just buy a whole case and give them away to people on the street. And probably should have named the other YouTube channel Googly Retirement. Googly, 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 googly. So, anyways, okay, grow up. All right, guys. So, shout out to those that are here and to members and everything. And look at Mary with no haircut. It's her hair. She's all fluffy. I say hi, Mary. Want to say hi? Oh, look at you. She's relaxed. Remember how she used to be stiff all the time? Oh, though you're all gooey, gooey, gooey. No, Mary, you stink. You stink, stink, stink. Neighbor's going for a ride. Or did your dad finally come home after 9 days? Who is that? I doubt it. So, anyways, we didn't do her haircut this month. So we're letting her hair grow in. Who is that, Mary? Did Dad come home? Did he come home? Does he still love you? Doubt it. He's not here. Oh, maybe he did make it back. He goes out and does stuff with his uncle. Yeah, so he did make it back. Look at that. So then,
Hey.
so I was telling Sarah this morning you went out early to do stuff. So, all right. So it looks like he did. Oh, you got these are the diet root beers that we
I
get.
got you too.
Well, yeah, but we just had some delivered last night too.
Oh,
so you
well.
just probably didn't see them. Oh, sweetie, I can't. So I know. I'll save it for Christmas. I have to pick and choose on that, sweetie. Thank you, baby. Yeah, so he goes.
I brought you Christmas presents.
Well, Adam,
What the heck?
what does it say on here? Here, let me see.
What?
I was telling him Christmas ought to be pretty interesting. Here, hand it to me. Hold on.
Oh.
Yes.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so, yeah. Merry
The
Anti-Christmas.
two kids are outside.
No, I know. The kittens have been hanging out. Maybe we can give you an early present. How about that? Here, sit down, Mr. Googly Tail. And I got something.
Oh, I have bad news. Very bad news.
Another expat died.
Worse.
A Filipino got stuck under a
The
trike.
Mr. Donut nearby closed down.
Well, it's probably the better. It's probably because I ain't buying no more donuts. They went out of business. Like literally, I still got 6 of them in there. Look inside that red bag. There's a special delivery that came from the North Pole. Well, be careful. You're gonna have to stand up and get in there because it's a flat package. One of them has a flat package in there. I'm gonna let you have that early.
Oh, hi, sweetheart.
Oh, here it is. You can have this one early.
Okay.
Pretty scary. You might want to wait for the crowd to build up. Because, so careful. Yeah, because your perfume is in there. The strap broke when I put your perfume in there. I guess I should have known. George likes to break straps. I like to break straps.
You're right.
Here, you can. You might want to.
Hi, sweetheart.
Yeah. So we got 30 people. Yeah, that's going to be quite interesting on that one. May offend a few people, but I really don't give a shit.
Huh? What are you talking about?
But I heard that's a very offensive present.
I guess.
What's that? What? Sorry. What's wrong?
Reading that.
No, it is the first one.
No, that's not it. I'm checking to see if one of these got hit the nose.
Well, here, then just use that.
Oh, yeah.
George's Chinese. Yeah, everything's tiny. Like, something came up yesterday on the editor, and it's an entire monitor, and it still comes up this little, even with a high setting of.
It's at 0. The reverb is at 0.
It could be the cats. They run through here constantly. Sarah is in the house. Luca is in the house. And somebody received 2 memberships. Thank you guys
thank
for
you.
redoing. I might as well open your Christmas now.
Huh?
Yeah, you might open up that package. This will be priceless. Go ahead and open that up.
There's not enough people yet. I don't even know what it is, to be honest with you guys.
Well, people will rewatch it.
Actually, Heidi doesn't know what her presence is either. So. Although, I don't know.
All right, let me go through this first, and then
One of them.
he's probably got to go to the bathroom and everything. He's been out with his uncle. He does running and goes and helps him with stuff. So let me go through the room. And we have some good comments. I already told him in statements. One's dealing about the YouTube channel and complaining and financial support and e-begging. So it'll get pretty interesting later. And you guys can also make your comments and questions in here. And
there were questions about that?
yeah, something about you keep talking about other YouTube channels and how you're not making any money and you complain about it. So then why do you keep doing it? And then you're asking for financial support and begging. Why even bother with the channel? So we shall see. So we'll get through some of these comments, statements, and everything else.
Have brunch with him on December 25.
Well, we're unmuted. From where?
Where else?
I didn't hear what you.
Oh, Scott.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. On what day?
Christmas.
Are they going to even
brunch?
Right, but
They always have a Christmas brunch.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. If you didn't schedule anything, but remember we're live, so brunch would be around 11 or noon. So if we start at like 8 and do it for a couple hours, then we'll go afterwards.
Well, I mean, Scott and North Point.
Yeah. So yeah, talk it. Well, can we even say where?
I would.
Okay. Well, I'm not. Like I said, I don't give a shit who shows up, what shows up,
That's
or
not the
whatever.
point.
What do you think you're gonna be mobbed, Mr. Brad Pitt?
Of course.
All right. So, anyways, open that up. You and your nuts.
You know how rarely I eat nuts? About this much. That's it. I'm done.
There's his breakfast.
That's how it usually is. That's all I usually eat.
You know who else had tiny nuts this morning that were salty in their mouth?
Whoa. All right, I'll open it.
Tastes like vinegar.
This is scary.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so anyway, did you tell him about the guy with the bridge down over here?
No, not really.
Oh.
I mean, I concentrate on what you got going on there.
I didn't
that
forget.
Really come from.
I thought that was an interesting story. That's all.
That came all the way from a hidden island North Pole situation, as I'm to understand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, these are expensive. This is expensive wrapping paper. I should probably save this for next year.
George is cheap.
You know how you know it's expensive? See, I took out the tape and it's intact.
Costs $1 for 1,000 pieces.
Well, I mean, I'm joking about saving. I'm just saying.
I'm joking about the price, but yeah, it's.
What
does
is
it
this?
show the front of it and be careful? Don't let anything slip out. Hold
Yeah,
on.
I know it's falling out. But there's nothing. Okay, there's nothing.
Okay, so show it. Show the front of it. Show the front of it. No, you don't get to figure out in advance.
Well, I'm trying to read it.
Merry Xmas from the pole, bitch. Hey, look, it's Santa Claus. So you got a specialized card there. So then you got some money. Let's see your money. What's the money for? Read the card. Okay, well, let's see. Okay. Yeah, anyways, read the card. Let's see what's inside. What's inside?
Huh? Oh wait,
Let me
there's
see.
more.
Hold on, what is
Oh,
it?
babe,
Well, hold on, just show
you
it.
can't
It's I'm not
staple your.
shh. Just okay, well read the hold on. What a skinny bitch. Read what it says.
Well, actually, I'm
Oh
holding it the
right,
wrong
right,
way.
but you gotta read it.
Well, I'm letting them
You're
see
ruining the
it.
whole thing.
It
You really
says,
are.
Santa heard you like young, pretty women. Here is one we sent. I'm here with Santa, and we know you've been good, but broke. Included her. I included her tip. Love, Jeff and Santa. Who's Jeff?
Anyways, Merry Christmas.
I missed that one. Who's
You
Jeff?
miss who Jeff is and sending you young photos?
Yeah. Who's Jeff? I don't get that one.
Anybody else get that?
No, I missed that reference.
Jeffrey
Okay.
Epstein
Oh.
on an island, North
Okay,
Pole.
got it.
Santa
Got
sent
it.
you some money because you're broke.
I got it now.
Got you a young photo.
Well, yeah, no, I get it now. I mean, you don't have to go further than that.
You're on the Epstein list too, George?
Always.
Dang, man. George Epstein. Oh, shit. We did that the last time. George is on the Epstein list.
Huh.
Well, being you guys didn't get any other Epstein list, looks like George is on there too. Yes, Scott is in the house. Hey,
Hey, Scott.
George. Thank you so much. Second one says, send me money. I'm broke again. Damn, Christmas this year, right? I like the ones where they're joking and shouldn't, but we joke in all sides in good manners. Democrats, Republicans, everything else. And just some stuff is just hilarious. I think some of it goes too far, but there's like, I'm gonna have to tell Santa. I'm gonna have to tell my kids this year I'm so broke that Santa was picked up by ice. There'll be no Santa Claus this year. And I'm like, dang, went dark really quick. Oh, are they getting into the bags? Yeah.
Not really.
Second one says it's as cheap as the tape. Yeah, sometimes the tape and the wrapping here. Better than paying $3 at Walmart for a small band of it. I really think there was a whole stack of it that I have over there that costs like $1. It's a fraction of what it would have been at the Dollar Tree and stuff. So it says Heidi's thoughtful and generous wifey. Lots of gifts and getting. Same with George. It'll be very, very interesting this year on the actual Christmas and everything. So Sarah's saying they're getting into the bags. Scott is in the house. Yeah, that was me this morning. That was me last night. Shows a picture of a cat that looks like Bella that just flips over.
I got an official Watson's umbrella. They gave me a Watson's umbrella this morning.
Yeah, that's because you buy a lot of meds, dude.
I know, because I'm a sick puppy. True story.
George has bought stock in the. That was funny. You wrote the whole thing. Didn't even know. Oh, guys.
What
The cat's just
Where's
ran
the
across
tablet
my-
anyway? Oh, it's still over there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably better if I grab it.
Hey, watch out.
What's your thing?
Yeah, that is really hard saying. It was forever there. You're probably going to have to hold it, George. I can't tell you right now, but right now, and most of the time, I don't even feel that anymore. So,
Go ahead.
Oh, and it's not going to matter because the questions are all here anyways. So
I can still read comments. You can still send that. It's not weird.
Yeah, but it's only going to come on your phone. So they've been here. Volume. Second win, like, subscribe, hit that ding-a-ling, comment. Heidi versus the hype.
Oh, I see there.
Yeah, I was just telling Sarah I didn't think you'd make it in. Let's see.
My eyes are getting way too bad.
Well, like I said, it doesn't have them glasses are extremely dark.
Well,
I can see
they have
there.
a lens, but looks like my eyes are getting bad. Anyway,
Thank you, Lucca, so much. The second one was like, not you, George. Maybe you showing up or being on the list. That's the real facts there.
not rich enough.
Guess who was in Clinton's pants before the other one was?
Happy Christmas.
Right? The donuts are all in the freezer. So, by the way, if you want a donut, the donuts that we had not 2 lives ago, but more than a week ago, most of them are in the freezer. So there's like 7 or 8 of the dozen left.
Those are like freezer donuts.
Won't take more than they literally thaw out, or you can just put it in the microwave. But they will thaw out.
No, well, okay. First off, I'm joking, but no, I'm just sad. It's not there anymore. It's just gone. Like the Mr. Donut is just gone.
I need a calendar. Hard to find, but Watson should be handing out a new one.
Do they?
Gotcha.
Do they give out calendars? I mean, they gave me an umbrella just now, so I mean, if they're gonna hand out calendars, now should be the time.
They
Not
got
New
like
Year's.
there, and then they got me here, and now they just ran across my legs. The most dangerous thing to me is not the traffic
umbrella
and the heat. It is the cats right now and George. You're excited about that umbrella, huh?
No, I'm just saying they gave a golf umbrella, not a little rinky-dink one like Dito gave us a little tiny umbrella.
Yeah, but give or take, you practically spent a month's salary inside of there. And maybe they were just happy to see you. George is the top
Right?
5 there.
I know, right?
Not compared to some other expats, but in general, yeah. I mean, if they had 1 or 2 regimens
Yeah, I don't know about
more of
how
medicine, then
many
we
expats go there. It's kind of like an odd location.
be surprised how many are in this neighborhood.
Yeah, but they'll go across the street, which is
Yeah.
what. No. This is thing. This may pertain to you
Good
because
morning, Malcolm.
here's the thing: we don't go to the Watsons across the street, and here's the reason why. We think there's a lot of expats in this area that whenever we go in that Watsons, they don't have any medications that Heidi needs.
They frequent the ones inside of the malls and grocery stores
Right.
versus the ones on the side street. They won't fight the traffic
Correct.
or walk to them or take jeepneys and jump off.
And that's a pain in the butt to park a car in. So, no, I'm not joking. So, what I'm saying is that's why I always tell Heidi, like, well, we can go to this pharmacy if we're shopping in Hypermart. You know, worst case scenario, they don't have it. But most of the time, they never do. Yeah. So, I think Heidi didn't read the first question, right? To be honest one. Or
I thought it was further down, but read it again.
okay, be honest, Heidi. No. I was gonna reread it anyway. Be honest, Heidi. You spend 50% of your time complaining and talking about your health issues.
I do.
How primitive, in quotes, is the healthcare here? Yet you move to a remote province.
Well, it depends on how old the hospital is, but go
Well,
ahead.
I paused because I'm like, the remote province kind of
Maybe
threw
they
me
think
off.
of us being on the outside. They would
okay.
consider being in Mavalocket versus Angeles, which isn't far away.
It's
But
right there. But
now, literally, if you do just go 5-10 minutes up the street, we do have carabaos and large fields. And I mean, don't get us wrong; it is still considered a province, right?
well,
We're
well
not in the city center, not
we
technically.
we are in the city.
Oh well,
We are in Mabalacat City.
yeah, okay.
But technically, if you want to be technical, I can literally walk over to
Maybe it's
Angel
an
City.
expat that thinks
What I'm
it's
saying,
more
well, I know
province.
that, but what I'm saying is, I can literally walk to the border. It's not that far. But anyway, to Angel City. I mean, I can literally walk to Angel City. In fact, I can walk to Angel City, the heart of Angel City, which is Santo Rosario Church, where the city actually sprouted from. Santo Rosario is that big giant Spanish church. That's the heart of Angel City. I can literally walk over there, and I know I can because I've walked halfway. But anyway, um,
Yeah, I don't know.
so if the Philippines is so dreadful to your condition, okay, let's get it more personal. Why haven't you used that social security check to buy a plane ticket back to the United States?
You know, this is getting to be a common question that we're a double standard channel, that we tend to go round and about and talk one thing and then things happen to us, and that ain't a fucking point whatsoever motherfucking ever. Okay, we always said every time we talk about another channel or ourselves, shit changes, shit happens, and I ain't here to fucking flip or dip or whatever the fucking fuck with your mind shit. Whole point is it's all, it is of the fucking moment. And right now, okay, there's many reasons that it's more common than you guys know for expats not to split, even with serious health issues. One, it's usually because of a spouse or family or kids, or a lot of them, it's financial. Like they won't go and buy a ticket and shit. It's like, well, you've been given advice that you need to get out of there, and technically we haven't. My situation becomes very complicated on leaving, going back to the US, who to stay with. It would take some figuring out. So I'm not going to split and run even with serious health issues. Everybody is on a case to case basis. And currently, I would have to improve to even get on an airplane. So it would be, um, you know, I still have time to correct everything. So, in other words, you know, I still have time. It's about to drive me nuts.
Oh, the kid?
What about it? Yeah, but that guy is dead. He's been dead.
I know that.
But why?
Because somebody brought him up. That's all.
Oh, Sultan, where he asked who is George
No.
or Gerald Black.
Well, no. Well, no. Somebody else brought him up. Not. I know. Yeah, he asked. I know. But
They
no,
must have
somebody
got
else.
held
Yeah.
because I don't see it. It's not on here.
Okay.
So
Well,
then it's
yeah,
weirdly, I
that's all.
don't.
I didn't mean. I wasn't
Where at?
interrupting you.
Where at?
No, you moved already by now.
Well, then you're seeing it and I'm not. So I'm wondering why.
Yeah, but anyway, I didn't mean. I wasn't interrupting you. I was actually quiet.
So, anyways, enough's enough. I'm already lost. So, okay. So he's a gentleman that passed away from health issues somewhere in his
We're talking about
70s.
Gerald Black because somebody in the chat was talking about him, and somebody was
Okay,
asking.
so asking what? I'm now asking officially what?
What do you mean? Don't ask me. Ask the people. Somebody said that he's ex-nayed, and Sultan replied. That's it.
Okay, yes, he
That's
passed
it.
away and died from medical issues.
Right.
So,
That's
okay.
it. You know, I didn't say anything.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Ruby. Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, these are very interesting questions. We see your post picking on your husband. Actually, like, man, these questions are weird.
I
We
do
see.
pick on you all the time.
No, it says post. But anyway, we see your post picking on your husband. Um, for every little thing, from how he cooks rice.
Oh, because I've like on Facebook and some other things I've typed out over the years picking at
Well,
you where we
those are
do
jokes,
jokes.
though. I
No, I
mean, the
know. Some
rice
people
thing.
just
Um, to how he handles the brownouts.
okay.
No, not really, but okay.
Actually, yes.
No, actually, no. You please, especially mine. If you actually pay attention to me, they barely move. Really. Anyway, um, do you actually love him, or is he just a low cost caregiver you can boss around because you hold the checkbook? That's it.
I don't know. Let me think about that one. Yeah, I don't know. So, oh, so I don't even have a phone. Um,
I t-
I don't know. It seems to be the same questions about. I guess it's fair over the years, us talking about stereotypical expats and shit. But I mean, that's kind of not the way it is. So this is a people got Heidi derangement syndrome. You had to think about that. Trump derangement syndrome, any of that other bullshit. I mentioned one or two things about Trump, and one of our regulars said, basically made a reference to TDS, and I'm like, if you jump straight to saying that us talking now and then is TDS, then that's outright a name calling situation. So, anyways,
well, here's the thing of again, it doesn't matter
because
what it is.
deranged is a reference to being
The
crazy, or a
reality
reference
is,
to, and it's like, and I didn't even say nothing the last time. So it's kind of like these questions that are coming in. They'd be like, oh, well, you talk about these big age gaps and scammers and broke expats and you're broke yourself. You're damn right. I mean, what is it we're going to talk about? Just because we or sunshine or G or whatever, it doesn't mean we're living that life or against that life. They're topics and conversations, and people cannot separate themselves in thinking who talks about what and how involved somebody is, or that we approve or we're shunning or whatever. People just, I don't know what it is about people these days, but it is one of our long-term watchers, and I'm
well,
like,
it's
wow.
it's not these days. People are people. They are always the same.
If I'm talking about the food stamp cut in America, that's not attacking Trump. So it's kind of wild. So it's kind of like the situation
Okay,
of
okay. Now, here's the thing. Doesn't matter what you are, whether you're libtard, again, pardon my French, I'm just using words using social media, or you're a MAGA, again, pardon my French, I'm just using words in social media. Here's the thing, the reality, guys. First off, remember, I could care less whether you're Republican or Democrat, because again, remember also, I always say now, almost every live. I say I do not listen to liberals and I do not listen to Republicans because they both lie. Sorry if I offend if you're a liberal and I call you a liar, aka the main liberals, or if you're a Republican, a main Republican, and I call you a liar because truth is both parties lie. And again, therefore, I don't believe in both parties. I make up my own conclusions because I'm my own person. Now, here's the thing. The reality is, okay, in the great words of Don Miguel Ruiz, who wrote this wonderful, wonderful book, and I always recommend it to everybody. I purchased the CD. I, in fact, I purchased the CD twice. Unfortunately, I lost the CD twice.
What are you talking?
Let me finish, please. Okay. I purchased Don Miguel Ruiz CD twice. I bought the book once. I lost the book too because in your life you move and whatever you lose stuff. Don Miguel Ruiz says, "Do not take things personally." That's one of the things. Now, in that chapter, there's a chapter called The Magic Mirror. There's this thing. Now, when Don Miguel Ruiz, of course, has passed away a long, long, long ago, and he wrote the book. And the terms he used is the magic mirror. The current word for magic mirror is projection. That's the current psychologists say. Projection. Projection is a term when you see a flaw in yourself and you identify that flaw for the simple reason you can spot that flaw a mile away because it's a flaw in yourself. What I'm getting at is
Person saying that I'm deranged or we are is
because
deranged
they are
themselves.
deranged themselves. Thank you. That's the point I'm getting to.
Yeah, we talked
Most of the
about
time when people says you're, oh my god, you're freaking jealous. You know why you always say that to almost everybody you meet is
all the
because
time.
you're jealous of everybody else. It's a it's kind of the same thing. Oh, you're a thief. You this, you that. Yeah,
They're usually the
because
ones stealing
you're
all
the
the time.
thief.
Not always,
No, no, no,
but
no, no, no. Not always.
the one
However,
yelling it all
the
the time.
most common and most probable cause of it is because it's what you are. You can identify what you are in other people. There's this old saying, I can always see myself in my son. I can always see myself in my daughter because you can identify yourself in other people. And that's what I'm
Good
getting at.
morning,
So
Victoria.
therefore, ergo, these again doesn't matter whether you're a Democrat, a Republican. Whenever a Republican says this, and whenever a Democrat says this, in all probability, they can see themselves in that particular person.
Yeah, Bobby said Heidi has not once said anything positive about Trump. Don't have to.
Actually, well,
Actually, I believe I
correction,
have, but I'm not
correction.
gonna, and I don't have to.
She has a lot. However,
The whole
okay, that
no,
tells
I don't want to
me
get into
no, no,
this
no. I'm not.
because I
I'm
got a
not
lot
getting
to
into that
say with what's
because
going on, and I know I started
I'm
part
not
of
getting
this.
into that. I'm just saying that tells me that Bobby G apparently has jumped out during those when. Because first off, remember Heidi is independent.
And actually, I have. I've there's been
Yes.
different things.
Shit.
I've talked negative about
We
all
have
politics.
we have a Trump flag right here, right now. Right here, right now. We have a Trump flag. Only reason why we don't fly it is not because we're whether or not we're pro Trump or not, because that's not what the channel's about. But we do have a flag right now, right here, right now. I don't know where it is, but it's here somewhere. But point being is it's proof that
It's the president's actions and the way he's
correct.
acting, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and the whole damn world sees it. And I'm
No,
not.
no, no. Yeah, no. Here's the thing, and again, I'm not.
I'm actually
Okay, well, then
no,
go on.
yeah, because sorry, that's just it. Is it's my fault for mentioning it on the side. Now somebody's gonna say something. Now they're gonna get the whole situation going. And the whole thing is his Christmas speech was a nutcase. He did you see his gold card thing this morning? He's selling goddamn citizenships to millionaires. And that is ridiculous.
Well, that's kind of been there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, with cut process. But either way,
It's
it's
just
all
kind of
nuts.
not as obvious as before, but yeah, it's
The
been
whole
there.
thing. The whole thing is nuts. So
Yeah. Anyway, um,
there's a lot of things. I don't have to say anything nice about that man. He's done a lot of bad things. And that's just where it is. It's his actions and other things.
okay, now not going deep in political.
And if people don't want to fucking watch at that point, that's on
Now
them.
I know the reason why the Venezuela thing. I'm not going to explain to you guys
This
why.
whole live is shot. So
No, it's not. Okay,
actually it
I'm
is.
not going to go deep why the Venezuela thing's happening, but the point is guys, wake up.
The person who is deranged that's saying that exists is the man himself. Period.
Well, I'm not talking about him in particular, but what I'm saying is you guys have to realize that it's not him going out there to fight the battle. It's your husbands and wives are going out to go out to battle and lose their lives. And that's saying something that a lot of people don't understand. But anyway, um ma'am, if everything here is dirty, slow, and unprofessional.
I just wish people would understand that he's doing things way against the Constitution. It doesn't matter. The border needed to be cleaned up, the welfare system, the Social Security. I agree with part of what he's doing. It's the other half that he's just doing whatever the fuck he wants. And the whole fucking world thinks he's lost his mind. And they're afraid of him for some reason because that shit wouldn't fly. Unqualified people in the White House, everything is off the chain. And that's where I have a problem. There's something really off about what's going on in the White House right now, and the world sees it. And then if I say something that I'm seeing, then the world wants to gaslight you, or within the White House, they want to gaslight you. I've never seen White House press releases the way I've seen them here lately. It's childish, it's ridiculous, it's whatever.
Okay.
And so I believe in due process and things being fair. And I mean, forget about anything he's done criminally or grifting or making money like the others have, people in Congress and making money off of things that are going on. And it's been going on for years on both sides. It's the actual way it's affecting people, like the medical that they keep blaming on the other side. People's insurance is about ready to double and triple. The cost has not gone down. And he just looks right in the camera and says everything's gone down. And it has not. It has not. So that's the problem I have. And there are enough people talking about it right now. So
Okay, first off, the whole world is talking about the U.S. I'm not trying to bring down the U.S. here. I'm saying that the whole world is talking about the U.S. and it's not good stuff. First off, before Trump got seated into power, even Heidi will attest to this.
yeah, Robert's right. Whoever's going to leave was going to leave anyways.
Right. Here's the thing. Before Trump sat into power, I've told Heidi before, the whole world doesn't actually look at the US in good light. Fact. I'm saying that I've always told Heidi this. Now, whether or not Heidi believe me or not, that's a different story. But what I'm saying is, the reality is, again, I understand most of you guys are US viewers, okay? And what I'm getting, again, hashtag, hate George. What I'm saying is, Americans seem to think that they're the shit. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that it's
Right.
incorrect or anything. However, be aware that the world doesn't see it that way and never has and never will. And current events makes it worse, if that makes any sense. Now, if you disagree with me, that's fine. Odds are you're
And if
American.
people are
If
offended, I
you're if
get
you're a
back to
foreigner,
the channel
odds
because
are
it's
you'll
being
agree with
said in
me.
there back to the channel. And I'm sorry. It's okay for me to talk shit always about Filipinos and expats. And then when it comes to what the fuck is going on here in the other country, people just want us to go back to joking. We
Okay,
don't dance around half nude. We don't go and do all these other things. And then it gets sidetracked in our live stream. And it's not okay. And
okay. Also, here's another thing. Okay, I'm not talking about. Gonna talk about the current government in the U.S. Okay.
actually, we are.
No, 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 no. I'm not getting that. But here's an analogy that's current right now. Right now. Because even Heidi knows how I feel about governments. But I'm not talking about all governments. I'm talking about current governments. Here's the thing. This is an analogy to the US government. And a lot of you like, oh, the Philippines is corrupt, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm not gonna disagree with that. But here's the thing. I literally told Heidi, I said, wow, you guys are putting bike lanes right now and painting them and crap.
In the
Wow,
Philippines.
you're taking out away islands, highway islands, and then rebuild them. I literally told Heidi, I said, wow, can you be more obvious on how you're stealing the money? You think these bike lanes are free? No. They've existed, but now they're repainting them. But guess what? Half of that money goes to whatever. And then they take away the islands on these highways. Wait, what? You think that's free? No, it's not. You think that I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure probably half of those goes into somewhere, whatever.
Well,
But
that's
here's the
true.
reality. Not just George. I'm talking about Filipinos that even drive cars. I'm even talking about Filipinos that don't drive cars. They're like, why are they changing the islands? They were fine. There's nothing wrong with them. Why are they putting the bike lanes on? Why are they painting them?
Governments are corrupt all over the world. All the political people are making
W-
money. The people will suffer. And now in the US, it's
Well,
very obvious.
well, what I'm saying is, I literally told Heidi. I said, I get it. Most of government officials, doesn't matter where they are corrupt. However, here's the problem I have is don't be freaking obvious about it. That's the problem I have. But anyway,
Yeah, like in America right now. But it's the blame game. It's the blame back and forth. The previous administration did it, and this person did it, and that person's did it. I've just never seen anything crazy like this in my entire life. It's just insane. But all right, go on with the question before the fucking people lose their minds.
okay, but let's go back again. Let me repeat the question. Ma'am, if everything here is dirty, slow, and unprofessional, why do you stay? We are a patient people, but your videos making fun of your husbands are hurtful. Why did you marry a Filipino if you dislike our culture so much?
Hmm. Never thought about. That's why I married you. I didn't sit there and say, "Hey, I'm not going to be able to make fun of the culture when I get to the Philippines." Just guess I didn't think about that
Okay.
manner.
Well, in all fairness, again, I'm not saying this is Heidi's take on it. My take on it is first off, I don't care who you are, what country you're from. You always make fun of everybody, including your own culture.
Yeah, when I was in Mexico, when I was in
That's my take.
America,
Okay.
and it's part of the content, or it's not keeping it inside. But I don't do it as much as people keep saying. If it's happening, it's happening. And the content these days is about drama. You're lucky I don't turn the volume up. That's what I'm talking about. That's the crazy part.
Uh,
I mean, it's just saying. But I don't know. I had nothing. I didn't think about that. I didn't know that I would have to. I mean, and it's harder with you. You're not the typical Filipino, and you lived in the United States for a long time. When we met, you were more American than anything, and we didn't think we'd have to come sooner than later here. And I mean, I am. It's been a couple years. I'm starting to adjust, but yeah. Yeah.
okay. Now, no, I mean, again, like I said, doesn't matter who you are, what country you're from. You always make fun of the culture you're currently in and your own personal culture. You make it's normal human behavior that you'll make fun of everybody. Period. The end. I mean, and be real. Anyway, you tell everyone you're living on a broke budget, which Heidi never said that.
Actually, I do. I said I'm broke ass bitch compared to these others that come here with two and three pensions, and compared to the way these Filipinos are spending money. Are you even kidding me right now?
Yeah, don't let me
It's
go there.
I
Don't let
mean,
me go
both of
there.
us. It just seems like so. Yes,
Don't let
comparatively,
me go
although we're
there. Oh
middle
my
to
god.
upper
I
income
swear to
here,
God.
it's still crazy that we can go through 100,000 pesos easy a month, but yet we cannot afford the things that a lot of them have in this neighborhood. They come up with new bikes all the time. They got cars. They're unloading cars worth of groceries and gifts, and I mean, I just cannot believe the
No,
amount of
no, no.
money
Now,
that
okay.
is being spent.
This is from Heidi's point of view. Keep in mind she's a foreigner.
So I mean, I guess it's
But
because
I've spoken to Filipinos. Even they say, I don't know where Filipinos get their money from.
Filipinos are asking, because we've talked
It's
about
like
this before.
they have money coming out of their butts. And I'm talking about
Well,
Filipinos.
W, because
Talking
they
about
don't make that kind
Filipinos.
of money
I'm not
overseas.
lying.
I just
This
think
is a normal statement. Like, where does the
it's
money come
got
from?
to be beings. There's so many people in one
And
house
again,
that's
I don't care
contributing
where
to
you
all the
are, what
bills.
you are. If you disagree
Because
with me, you're lying. Here's the thing.
and they're
Whether
saying that the it requires two incomes for
Well,
sure in
what I'm saying
America to
is,
get by
whether you're in BGC or in
income
Angela
wise.
City or wherever you're at, pick the most expensive place in the Philippines. Guess what? In all probability, there's probably two foreigners there,
Right,
and
it's
one of them
mostly
is you.
Filipinos living in those
One of them
areas.
is you. There's probably two foreigners in that restaurant, and one of them is you, and the rest are all Filipinos.
Yeah, like when we go to the
Fact.
restaurants and places, the resorts, the one that we went to,
Resorts. We
it's
didn't even see an
two
American.
and three hundred
They're all
dollars a
the
night
only
was the
foreigners we
resort,
saw were Koreans.
and other Filipinos, George.
The
It's
end.
just
Yes. A
yeah, no
resort. An
Filipinos at
expensive
three
resort in
hundred
Subic
dollars a
Bay.
night, and that's a
I see
lot
ya.
to pay 10 and 15,000, which is a decent rent here. You know, for a one or two bedroom, to actually pay it for one night at a resort is, kind of crazy.
Yeah, now condos don't count. Candy Palace don't count because that's a condo. What I'm getting at, of course, that's a different. What I'm saying is, Team Mug doesn't count. Sorry, Team Mug people.
Well,
Again,
there's more
I'm not
expensive. My
hating
whole
on
point
you
is
guys.
that's just it. When a Filipino or people see $300 a night, not a big deal. It is a big deal. It is a
Well,
big deal
and to
here.
be honest, Team Mug is more Korean than American or Australian. Sorry, Team Mug guys.
There's
Point
tons
being
of
is,
T-Mog isn't the only one.
it's
You
not
have
what
to.
what these expats are trying to Oh my God, look at this. No, no, dude, you're the minority. I know for a fact you're surrounded by Koreans and Filipinos.
Mhm. So
Don't
yeah.
lie. Don't lie to
All right,
your
so
people.
I missed we're repeating stuff we've discussed in the last.
Well,
So
I
what was the
wasn't
rest?
actually done. But anyway, I wasn't done with the anyway. So where was I? Okay. So
Yeah, Santa is
you
an
spent
immigrant.
more on fast food and grocery deliveries on in Angel City
True
in
story
AC. Sorry, AC. In 1 month.
in this area.
Than your average Filipino makes in a month. Budget tight because you're disabled or because you refuse to live like the locals you claim to love. Huh?
I have
What?
no idea. I'm
What? That doesn't make sense.
remember these come from emails and some of them I put together. So it was
Okay,
reading through the entire thing.
here's the
It's
thing.
not always word for word.
That doesn't make sense.
When mailbags
You
are put
tell
together, it's not
okay, I'm
exactly.
just repeating the whole question so you guys will get what. Okay, you tell everyone you're living on a broke budget and that the Philippines is cheap. Yet you spend more on fast food and grocery deliveries in Angel City in 1 month than your average Filipino makes in 1 month. Is the budget is tight? Is because you're disabled or because you refuse to live like the locals you claim to love? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think that one was broke down to spending a lot, but saying we're broke and then complaining. And I think it went along the lines of we won't live like the locals. In other words, we would have more, was
And
what that
that
email was
I
about.
know I get what it's implying, but what I'm saying is that it still doesn't make sense.
No, and when people get here, it's going to be a level of you're going to want that comfort.
What I'm saying is
You're going to actually get here and you're going to try to live like the locals and blend in, and after a while sometimes it just gets old. That's when people start missing things. They end up at SNR and you're buying American products again that are costing twice as much. You guys said you would live with a fan, then you're down there purchasing an AC, and then like everything, when we had the landlord and the electrician come in here the first time, the electrician, he was like, wow, this is a lot of stuff in here. So, and it's like to us, this has been normal in America. So, matter of fact, still feels like we're missing
all
stuff
right.
that we shouldn't have. But
Let's put it into current perspective. For example, Scott's gonna come here pretty soon. He's gonna actually, I believe plans change only because of his job. But anyway, point being is he's gonna retire really soon, but he's gonna be here Christmas time. And what I'm getting at is so here's the direct analogy. With that current question, is is Scott gonna come in the Philippines and eat dried fish and rice? No.
maybe.
Well, no, no, no. I'm not saying he can't, but he won't.
And I guess it's the same thing as
What I'm
people
saying is,
talking about
why
us
would you?
spending, right, or spending literally groceries and ordering out does cost money, not as
I
much as
get
the
it, but why
US and
would
fees.
you live like a pauper? That doesn't make sense. That's why I said the question doesn't make sense because
But on the other hand, we've discussed that we don't have to, just because we have the money doesn't mean
I
we have to spend
understand
it.
that. But again, here's the thing: the reality is that even most of the people in chat will agree. Like, why the hell would I eat like a poor person? That doesn't make sense.
Well, I do now. You got your fucking wish.
What?
Well, I can't eat shit now. I
Well,
mean,
that's different.
literally,
That's
no more
different.
ordering. So I guess I'll
No,
be
no, no,
saving
no.
more
That's different.
money.
That's only because of your current medical condition. But
Current. That shit ain't going away.
well, technically, you can just you know put caution to the wind and just eat whatever you want.
Yeah, until my heart
What
gives
I'm
out. So,
saying
and
is,
I'm actually pretty close to doing that.
the question still stands. Is that is irrelevant? Your current condition is irrelevant. What I'm saying to the question, because the question doesn't bring up your current condition or your
It's
health.
bringing up all the ordering, so I'm saying it won't be done. But yes, whether it's
Right.
been done.
Point being is, if you're an expat, Why the heck would you live like a poor person? Doesn't make sense.
Because a lot of them coming are poor.
Well, that's a different story. But point
I
being,
get where the person's coming from.
I
The
get it, but it
message
doesn't make
was we're
sense.
spending way
It's
too much money for
not,
whatever.
not really, not really. Even I disagree on that. Trust me, Filipinos spend more on McDonald's, and I'm not even lying.
Yeah.
Um, what the-
Yeah. Time's out. You're gonna
okay.
have to keep messing with the screen
You
to keep it
keep
on.
talking about other YouTube channels
Sure do.
and how you're not making any money and complain.
Pretty much.
What? Why do you keep?
Because I'm gonna bitch and talk about the president, whoever the fuck I want.
Actually, I
because of
disagree
it.
with this. Before I'm gonna read this, but I already disagree with it.
The professor. Good morning.
Why do you keep asking for financial support and begging? Why even
wish.
bother with the channel? Okay, first off, well, you
Speaking
go
of
ahead.
that,
You
the
go ahead.
professor is in the house. Thank you
Oh, thank
for
you
the
so much.
$20 chat because he says the Philippine people are not patient when they are driving, and Heidi is correct. America, the current administration, their leaders are riding the coattail of the con man. There's something corrupt going on, and they're being obvious. And by the way, he said that statement again the other day about kick the monitor. I literally had my leg, and believe me, I had it up there. I was ready to kick the monitor when he says, "We've got the hottest country in the world." And I was like, if he says that during this speech, I'm just going to scream. And sure enough, he did. He mentioned it being the hottest country and stuff. And I'm like, he just repeats everything. But there is, if people don't see it, I'm sorry. It's, you don't have to agree with everything or me. And that it just, it's crazy what's going on. And it's just bad.
Now,
It's really, really, really going like downhill. But thank you, Professor.
thank you so much.
And let's just move on to the topic at hand. I get so fucking tired of people talking about who's e-begging and who's not, but they're okay with a Filipina or an American woman back in America, simping and showing herself in half clothes and that, or the simps, or other channels that where it's evident, or they do little to no content, or it's fully scripted, like really bad. There are several channels that are so scripted, and they're just average Filipinas or just average expats that are, it's just who they apply it to and stuff. And this channel was never about making any money, and I sure the hell would like some money. George would like some money. Who's going to turn down the money? It's a way for us. It's like when people do $5 stickers or they send us money. Not only is it usually our regulars, but it's showing people that they're appreciating our content more than anything. Because it's not like life changing like it is for some of these Filipinas that are fully living on it and paying their rent. It's not for paying our rent. We put in everything that comes in, goes right back into the channel and then into the cats. Well, actually, we spend more on the pets inside and outside than we do all the YouTube money. And then we discussed that it's over $100 and something alone just for apps, and that does include electricity, equipment that we need, and the money we've put in over the years. We haven't gotten that back all the way around. So the stickers is a indicator, or money sent through PayPal or whatever. It's a, what is the word I'm looking for? It's an acknowledgement that we're doing something. And I don't know. It's for me. It's, but who's just, for those that are like, we see the new fad guys that are coming into Makati and other places that have 2 and 3 pensions that'll do YouTube channels just to be, in my opinion, narcissistic. And I would ask the same. Why are you just being narcissistic? Why are you guys just putting your women up in half clothes, which is really a bad scene, and just doing it for the hay of it just to show off? You're not really helping people on most of these channels. And a lot of it, it's, I mean, why does anybody do it? But just because the money's involved doesn't mean anything. So it's just kind of crazy. So, and then we only have so many times a year, which is usually holidays or our birthdays, where people really concentrate on sending things to me. I'm looking for the word. You're not filling it in. I know you're waiting for me to stop, but what is the word I'm looking for?
Hmm?
Why do you do it?
What do you mean? I'm more here as a guide.
Yeah, but it's nice. I mean, we joke about it, but if the money comes in, it's just a side thing.
No. The money is a blessing, but it's something that, you know, well, if it's not there, but it's a blessing, and I thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's much appreciated. It's not a,
Oh,
it's hard. It's the boys fighting.
oh, okay. Yeah, I'll tell you a story about Asia later on. But anyway, um,
What? I missed that.
Asia, the cat with her kittens.
Oh, that they're up the street.
Well, not most of the time about that part, but anyway. Okay, so you keep talking about your other YouTube channels and how you're not making money and complain. Why do you keep asking? Oh, this is somewhat, I guess, the same. Why do you
Is there
keep?
two? Where's that? I thought you just read that one.
No. Oh,
Okay,
wait,
maybe
wait.
I copied it, but I'd move on if it's the same. It's probably I
Okay,
double
okay.
copied. I mean,
I
this was
am a
done at 5
Filipina
this morning.
married to a foreigner. I see how hard it is for you to move around in a wheelchair on our broken sidewalks.
You may have to
How
break that up,
no,
or we
yeah.
can't get past
How
the.
doable is the Philippines as far as serious illness like yours and being in a wheelchair, sometimes like David Campbell? Just so you know, they probably don't hear.
Okay, but I do,
No,
and
no,
they're
no.
going to
I
kill each
get it.
other,
I
and
was trying to
I don't feel
finish.
like
I
spending
was
vet
trying to
money on
finish
bloody
the
cats outside.
statement.
I got it.
I'm saying they probably don't hear that. There's a serious filter.
I'm a Filipino married to a foreigner. I see how hard it is for you to move around and in a wheelchair on our broken sidewalks because we have other videos where I've been out and about. I haven't had to use a wheelchair literally in probably, what's it been since we used that wheelchair, George? Year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, where we were out on the main street. Um, how doable is the Philippines as far as your illness and using a wheelchair like David Campbell was using? Um, I think it's a little harder than people think. If you're not in like BGC, Makati, in certain areas where there's all sidewalks, even there, it's harder. Like the malls, you can, and but besides that, like ours are not broken up roads. Oh no, I know you don't have that cat. Who you got? He's bringing them dirty cats. You got those babies. Oh, careful, babe. You're gonna have, babe. Thanks for throwing the electric bill down, babe. Those guys. I know. Be careful. They're really dirty from being outside. These kittens. Real quick, yeah, they can see you right there. They can see it on the camera.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're there.
there they are,
They're
guys.
there.
Well, they're super wild, babe. You have to give them back to their mommies.
No, they're not.
Use, I know, but you're going to have to alcohol yourself because they've been out there with their
Look at 'em.
mom.
Look at it. You see.
It's like cat house going on here. All right, so literally electric bills here, and I'll get back to the wheelchair thing, but basically I'm in fear of using a wheelchair at any point long term, and I haven't had to use it for a while, but somebody like David or people that are relying on it in transport for it, it'd be really hard. And so it's but they just hang it on the gate, so if it rains this whole thing disappears. It's not like other areas where it gets delivered in the mail. It's actually up this month, but the price did go up. It did go up a couple pesos, but it's at 8,000. And I think last month it was 6 or 7. The electric bill went up, but the price went up too. So it's up to 8. So it went from 6.5 to 7, and it's a colder month, and it's at 8. So
Wow. It is Christmas.
yeah, George, we only use 750, but it's at 8,000. We usually use 1,000. 8, 9, or 1,000, right? On watch, yeah, it's down to 750, and we're still paying 8,000. So the cost has gone up. So that means all the extra fees they charge for all kinds of extra stuff. Wow. I would just use the alcohol. No, the cats outside tend to have mites and fleas. Mostly it's the mites and other things I worry about that get, and George picks them up. Like transmission fee, 700, 350 for distribution charges, another $5 or $6 for meter charges, subsidies. I mean, everything is on here. But yes, 8,000.
How much is the loss?
Which one?
There's only one that says loss.
Transmission charges. I don't know.
Excuse me, sweetheart.
Must have taken all the glass.
Sweetheart.
You're gonna have to move them.
Sweetheart. Here's
I
Panda.
can't even see.
Here's Panda.
Transmission charged us $14. There it is. System loss $700. Another $13. So
That's not too bad.
that's ridiculous. Another 350 pesos for distribution. Supply is 408 pesos. Metering is 250. Taxes 165. Another value added tax is 617. Universal 185. Feed in tariff allowance 160. So that's ridiculous. And then that's ridiculous. So, but yes, we only used 750 this month. So the use did go down. That means their costs went up.
Yeah, it's Christmas.
I don't know if I'm going to blame Christmas. I would like to blame Christmas for a lot of things. So, okay, yeah, so I let them know that the wheelchair thing is, in my opinion, not really doable. I'm going to lay up here like a beached whale and stay out of a wheelchair if something goes south. I'm just going to lay here and watch true crime and get me a crossbow.
What?
Yeah, when you don't do anything, I'm going to get you with the crossbow.
What the heck? Oh, did you read the Campbell thing?
Yeah, that's the one I just answered.
Rest in peace, David.
It's very sad. And yes, that other expat passed away. I seen where someone was talking about it. Yeah, I was just trying to figure, you were pointing him like he passed away a long time ago.
This is odd. But anyway, do you threaten to cut off your husband's allowance or cancel his
All the time.
future inheritance? Anyway.
Yes, right.
Or use financial abuse every time he doesn't bring you your medicine fast enough or do something. Seems you guys always fight. Wow, this is very interesting.
Well, here's the thing, George. The money in the savings is his. When we left, give or take, we had like 80,000. We've been going through it. We've still got a portion of that in the bank. That's his money. That was from his business. He's the one with the cars and the house. And we have X amount away in the savings. He doesn't touch it because of severe emergencies and vice versa. And he has a monthly income coming in of another project. You guys don't know absolutely everything. I was just discussing this with someone the other day. And then I have the Social Security. So a lot of people think that Filipinos do not have an income. And we've never denied that. When you see these expats in Dumaguete with these women, not all of them were just sitting on a horse. And I'd say a horse. I'm thinking about what's his name, like butt naked on a zebra. That they're not just sitting on a carabao on a farm and they're all broke or something. There's a lot of them that are educated, that spent part of the time in America, OFWs that made money and did their thing, like Rose. I mean, Rose had a lot of stuff going on, Rose Campbell and stuff, where she helped with her family land. The whole point is George is the one that had stuff when we met. I was just living in an apartment, modest, living on Social Security and credit cards and just doing basic. I had been on disability for a while. So, it's quite the opposite. So people feel that way, just like they talk about there's a huge age gap thing, but that's not true either. There's a 3 year. They make fun of us because we make fun of them. I think a lot of these people posing a lot of these questions, it's fair to do so, but I think a lot of them, want to hear what we have to say about that. And now the bossy thing and me bossing them around or nitpicking at them, it's a real thing. We banter and stuff, but George gives as good as he gets, and vice versa. It's a really mixed situation. The cat's he's leaning into your
Yeah,
back.
it's
Can you
Louis.
feel?
Yeah, it's Louis.
Hi, Louie.
Yeah, it's Louis.
Yeah, it's our boy here. But yeah, it's there is no real inheritance. I mean, I've got some money put away in the bank,
Yeah, it's Louis.
but he's got access. He's got the cards. His names are on the bank account. And so I've got X amount of money put away, enough for sure. Let's say George left with his savings account. I already have oh shit money enough, a couple thousand US that'll actually buy a ticket and at least give me money while family members or friends will have me stay in the US. So I've always got that because I don't trust George that much. Shit. And I don't trust no one. No one. And I'm telling you right now, never get comfortable in your skin with people that they think they've been with for 20 years that won't cheat on them, cut their throat, do some weird shit to them. Shit. What I'm saying is, you see people that have been together a long time that would never think things change. Whether they get a little side piece that convinces them to do something, whether they get hooked on crack and then all of a sudden they start doing weird shit. Never mind. I'm kind of going out here on this. The whole point is life changes for people. Age change. Look at him. Look, George. What you staring at him there, George? Look at him. What you doing? What are you doing?
Well, reality is that
Life changes.
it doesn't matter what your current
Just
marital status is. Point being is blind faith is just dumb.
right. So it doesn't matter that you have to have a side plan. So I have an account, but he's still got access to it. He could clear it out tomorrow, so it doesn't matter. But the whole point is I'm not relying on George fully. And I know there's a lot of Filipinas that are smart that don't like go all in with their expats. They make sure that they're still taking care of business and vice versa. These male expats tend to go all in and they don't leave themselves a ticket. Hence all these
geez,
homeless
yeah.
guys here lately.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of where it's at. What is even necessary at 9 in the morning at the top of their
What
lungs?
is that?
They're at the basketball court screeching something out. Go see it. Go see what's going on. Sounds like they're singing.
It's prayer. It may not be the basketball court. It could be the church.
Saturday there is another.
It's prayer. Yeah.
Well, there's multiple churches on that street. So besides the one there's one in somebody's house. There's
well,
a
it's
whole
right
gate.
here. Yeah, it's
Right.
literally
It's
right
not the bigger one that's by
It's
the
not across the
basketball
street,
court.
but it's on the other side of the cross street.
It's still
No,
Why-
that's prayer.
But I don't understand why they turn. That's got to be blaring the people's eardrums out. And why would you have your speakers that loud?
They probably aren't aware because it's usually not this loud.
Drink your coffee, and you're gonna have to. You might as well do that.
Oh, well, sorry. I was just trying to be nice. But anyway,
Yeah.
you have a co-host right here.
Why is he sniffing? Oh, he smells the kittens.
Yeah, he smells the kittens.
Yeah, crusty is what we call them.
You blame gaining weight on the food.
Hell yeah.
You talk about other sick expats. Are you
yeah.
actually just getting sicker, or are you just getting addicted to the tension that comes with being a victim in a foreign land?
Somebody sent an entire email recently saying, you've been talking, here you are sick, you say you're not overeating, and they went through this whole thing about do this, and that. I have. Matter of fact, it's very frustrating because currently I have the gastric bypass. I can only eat X amount every few hours and it's still in place. But yeah, I can eat a donut that's 300-400 calories. It's got fat. So I choose the wrong things. But I also have a lot of other medical conditions, and I do take responsibility for the extreme weight gain recently and my medical issues. I wouldn't have thought 5 years ago that my lupus would have progressed and caused other issues, and that, thyroid's not working, and that, the steroids and menopause and all that's kicking in. So I do. And whatever happens to me, whatever fate is to come, is actually on me. But I do, like, even on my worst days, if I'm eating those two donuts and then you guys see me, have McDonald's, this doesn't happen every day 3 times. I don't sit there in the 600-pound life and eat like I was telling you the other day, I don't sit here and eat all of these. Watched a woman go through the fast food like 3 times in a day, and she'll get 3 hamburgers at a time. That's never been me at my highest weight. And I was a skinny person until I had kids. And then I went into my biggest problem is not, I don't even fry food here. I don't buy street food. We ate more in Mexico than we did anywhere. And since I've been in Asia, I think it's mostly the carb, the packaged food, slowing down because of my knees. I'm limited on moving is what's gotten me. And so then, of course, the weight is coming on. So I'm trying. And, but, I've never once in here, like when we were talking about Mark Thornton passing away from his heart condition, and just totally dogged him out or did anything. But this email was really extensive. They went into name calling, and it's always the first thing that expats attack me is that I'm fat. And that's all they got. Maybe crazy every now and then, but I'm surprised they don't say that more often than just I'm fat. And it's like not without
Bless
trying.
you.
Oh, and
Bless
it's
you.
the most obvious thing. So I am struggling the diet since I've been on new medications. It's actually to the point now where I have no choice. So it went from dieting because I needed to help with things and my knees, and so I can move more. Now it's a necessity. So like my medications don't allow most foods now, and everything has salt. So now I am down to the basics, and it's pretty rough, but I'll do it. So it just is what it is. And I do feel sorry for expats that are coming here that have medical conditions. That's something they deny on channels. And I'm glad that I am putting it out. People have tried to call me out. You're making this up. You're making up the skin cancer on your face. And it was just weird. And it's like, why? If we were going to make something up, I'd have made something up really good and juicy. Like that the couple on 90 Day Fiance went through a whole thing, how she was going through, I think they even said she was going through chemo and had cancer. And I'm like, wow, why would you do that? So it's not like that because I talk about medical conditions. I
Wait,
do.
somebody did.
That girl in 90 Day, that young couple that was here, yeah, she went through a whole thing about how she had cancer, and all she did was have her stomach checked out. And it went from it looks like cancer to she was getting treatments or something. It was kind of way out there. But yes, people, of course, they do it all the time.
No, 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 no.
A
I
lot of
mean,
made up
I'm
medical, but it's
aware
like,
that
why would I? I
that's
mean,
a
it's evident that I've talked about my lupus. At first, we didn't talk a bunch about that, and only recent did my heart, the congestive heart failure went pretty serious. So if things don't improve, then I am looking at going back to the US by next year. And so we're talking surgery. And so, I mean, if it was up to them now, they would probably do it. So first, and it's nothing, no potassium items, no salt items, no more fast food, no more donuts, no more sugar. I mean, like nothing. I'm allowed basically boiled foods, and they have to be specific. And it sucks, but we go from there. So, and at least I'm not hiding it like these guys are. And some don't even adhere. How many people can quit smoking, quit drinking, quit sugar, quit no more potato chips, no easy foods on the road? Basically, I can't eat nothing at restaurants. There's nothing I'm going to be able to eat at Candy Palace or be able to go into these restaurants where we go to the Italian ones. There is nothing because it's unreliable what they put on that grill. So unfortunately, everything is just off the table. Everything has to be cooked at home. So probably had to bring my own grilled sandwich. It's a joke.
Not really. Reality is
Well, I can just get a
there is no
salad.
guarantee what you eat outside when you go outside your home. They can
Hmm.
claim it's vegan, but it's probably not.
Well, the
They can
problem
claim
is
it's probably no
if I
nuts,
get a
but
grilled
sometimes it does.
chicken, more than likely they've already marinated it, which is in salty items, and I can't trust that because even if there's a little bit of salt, it's now officially
Right.
making me sicker.
They can say there's no salt. It could
The rest
still
of the day I'll
do.
have breathing problems because of it. It's that serious. But and people are like, well, if it's all that, then why are you even there? Because it would happen in America. I'm still going to doctors like I would in America. And although it's adding up short of a heart surgery, then I'm okay. But the problem is for others is they're living way out in the middle of nowhere. They're not near hospitals or all these small clinics that we have around here. And it does cause problems. And then people that are further and further out have problems getting to the doctors, like our Kelly guy. He just laid there sick all the time until he slipped and fell and then got sick. And in other words, he was already having issues. And there was another guy recently on the Expat forum. He's in my position. He can't even get out of bed anymore, George. And he's a small guy. He's not a big guy. And somebody was questioning him over and over again, why did you even bother to go to the Philippines? Because he wasn't sick when he arrived.
Well, even if it wasn't, again, a lot of people think that it's automatic that the government will take care of you or whatever. No,
And a lot of
get that
people,
out of your head. That's not how it
and
works.
then the question was to people, why don't people return like me? Because I'm not leaving George. I'm not
For
leaving my
example,
pets. I'm
Kelly.
not.
Now, a lot of people, again, a lot of people think that. Now, I get Kelly's Australian. A lot of people think that in America, and I'm talking about America here, because Heidi's American. If, say, Kelly was American, if you went to the US, guess what? Nothing would have happened. Because a lot of people think that the moment he gets to America, that they'll start operating. No, no. What's there's this saying? Stabilize and vaporize. That's the saying in trauma care. Trauma care meaning the moment a patient comes in, they stabilize them and then they vaporize them, aka they release them. What I'm getting at is they're not gonna go full 100% recovery. They're just there to stabilize you. Same thing with Heidi. If Heidi goes to America, I hate to say this, and even I said this to Heidi, behind closed doors. I said, "Y- you can go over there and you could be in pain. And
Oh, sorry. It's just you're looking.
no, I know that. You can be in pain and for you're just gonna sit there. They're gonna send you home, and then the end. You're
You're
gonna
still just going to be, and that's what these expats are afraid of. Like Monty Crew, at least he's got his daughter. He's just going to go back. If he went back to America and had some treatments, it's kind of like me and Monty. We're not broke where we can't afford the basic treatments. Only something major, major, major like heart surgery that would cost 20,000 American or 30 would it actually hit us hard. So we may not need it at all. I might live another 20 years and taking my pills may actually keep me at bay forever. Who knows?
yeah.
But is it worth the risk where, my sisters want me to come back and live with them, or, the kids do, or, the same with Monty's family want him to come back when most do prefer to live out, say, the remaining 1 to 5 years here or 5 to 10 or something. It's where I was 5 years ago when I said, "Shit, man, I'm only going to be living to 60. I'm gonna remember we said it. We're just going to eat whatever." And it was kind of like you still make good choices. You're not going to sit there and have 3 cheeseburgers and fry everything, and we don't. And but there's a limit. There is a limit. But on the other hand, like I was talking about, I know I'm kind of jumping around, that at some point you will be fixed to deal with shit like the guy I was talking about. He cannot get out of bed. He can't get out of bed. Everything's got to be brought to him, and the man has nothing left and bad heart. And so, yeah, it can get that bad. It's a really bad mix. But in my opinion, whether you're in America or here, you're pretty much just going to be dealing with your daily life. Like, lately people have been like, oh, well, you're not even getting out every day, or you're not this, and that. It's like, I wouldn't be in America at this point. I'd have the Philippines did not worsen me. My lupus would have worsened me. It's attacking my organs. By midday, I'm short of breath, and my voice is compressed and other things are going on. It would be going on there. And it's, I don't know, kind of all over on this, but yeah, it's one day at a time. Sarah asked Heidi, "Can you get David's wheelchair just in case he doesn't need it?" Oh, he took that, sweetie. He's been in America. He passed away in America. So, and no, he's. Don't they live 2 hours from here, 3 hours from here, or something?
Yes, 2 hours and a half.
And I doubt Rose. We sent a
Well,
condolence
she
and a
has also
message.
older. I mean, Rose has other relatives too. I mean, or grandma and grandpa. Whatever.
Well, the whole deal is Rose hasn't talked to us since I sent something to her and she ignored us on it, and as she should. They were still mad about the Singapore thing, so it's. But no,
We have nothing to do with it, but
no.
I get it. Anyway, no. They're not. They're not nearby. They are 2 hours and a half away. And again, oh, that's nearby. No, it's not. It's not.
I have
It's
I have
not
a
about
wheelchair.
again. It's not about distance, and it's not about time.
I have
Trust
a
me,
wheelchair, Sarah.
it's
have
not
one.
an easy drive, and trust me, the freaking Google Maps or whatever GPS,
It doesn't do
they're
justice in
not.
traffic. And
It's not the U.S. Even the U.S. Put it this way: even in the U.S., the GPS gets you lost. What makes you think in a country like
wow,
this?
then you must be like the professor. Real quick says his was 3,100. And he has 4 air cons, PC, TV all day, and it's only 3,100. Where would that be? Even if you ran them at nighttime,
Wait,
that would still
that's
be
running
60.
what?
4 air cons
Okay.
and a television all day. So he's saying he runs them
No,
all day.
it's possible. However,
3,100.
first off, one, depends where you're at. Two, depends the size of your living conditions. The reason why I say that is because, babe, if you go to Zavera, you can get like literally the same 2 bedroom apartment. Well, guess what? It's literally the half the size of this place. Same.
Okay, well I get it, but even if so, if he's running 4 units, I guess
Ba-
one's cooling off one side.
Well,
of the
you have to
house.
remember if you cut it in half, that's almost half. I said almost.
It's not normal.
Almost half the electric bill.
Okay.
This we live in, babe. Again in Zavera, this place is literally double the size.
Okay,
The
I
same
understand, but
setup.
it's not normal to pay
I
60 bucks
know
in the
that.
Philippines.
I'm just giving you an
It depends on
example.
where he lives. I know. You're
Yeah, depends
preaching
where
to
you
the.
live.
I know.
And also depends on your living conditions and whatever.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, I know we live in a 2 bedroom, 2 story apartment, but I know this 2 bedroom, 2 story apartment, same thing. But guess what? They're half the size of this where we're at.
Okay.
I'm talking to the people now, not even talking to you anymore. Point being is the main thing that eats up your electricity is your AC. And if it's half the size, therefore almost half the cost. I said
Gotcha.
almost.
Okay.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them.
Yeah.
Almost. Keyword is almost. Anyway. And again, remember, different places have different rates. Anyway. But we are in a major city, though. Still. I mean, those of you who argue, again, obviously you guys don't know where we're at. But anyway. You blame gaining weight on the food. You talk about other sick expats. Are you actually just getting sicker, or just addicted to the attention that
Must be because we had a lot of those questions.
comes with being a victim in a foreign land?
That's weird.
Well, it's similar, but it's not. Oh, it's Watson's.
Yeah, saying the meds the other day got delivered. It's a day late.
Oh, that's some lag.
Mm-hmm. All right, so it's yeah, I've already kind of answered that. So it's pretty much the same. A lot of them have been about my health, and they want to do the finger pointing because I talked about Mark Thornton, or we've been talking about expats and get your checkups. And now I told you they're just waiting for me to die. Bottom line, they'll be dancing on my grave saying, "Hey, you deserved it because you're talking about other expats." And honestly, I don't give a shit. When it's my time, it's my time. I'm going to tell people to try to take care and everything else. And people are only human. The same ones that bitch about the way I eat are eating the same way. Because, like you said, they're finger pointing when they're eating the same crap. And they drink and smoke and do everything else. You just have to try to take care and listen to your doctors. And yeah, because it's just where it's at. So, what's that?
No, it's about right. Sultan says this electric bill is basically 8,700 pesos.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, something changed because we've used way less. I thought it was because I do use the crock pot because we don't have an oven, and that did stay on for certain items last month. But the usage is under right now. We are usually around 900, 950. During the summer, I think it gets up to 1,000 that we use for the month. So it is going down. And it's been cooler, and I turn that off in the morning. I've been turning this off for a few hours so I don't get it. So it should have. And that's probably why it's at 750. But I turn that off and open the doors and stuff. So it just doesn't.
No, I mean that's the opening the door thing. Is kind of like a catch 22. That's like
Oh, you talking about no, because it's not hot in here when I turn. I don't wait for it to get stifling. I only leave it open. I start sometimes 5 in the morning, so it's never really hot in here when I turn it back
no, I get
on.
it, but it's still what do you call it? It's a catch 22. It's either you're letting cold air out, and therefore you make your AC work harder when you turn it back on. That kind of thing. Again,
It's the whole point is that's what I'm telling you. It's lower. It's at 750. So evidently it did not go over or whatever. The bill is
Heidi's saying it's a lower consumption rate but a higher bill. That's
right.
what Heidi's
Yeah, they
saying.
showed it went from 9 to 11 again.
No,
So
I'm
it
aware of
it
that,
went
but
up this month.
right,
Yeah.
but they don't understand what 750 means.
The wattage
No,
that
I
he's
know that, but even if you did say that, they don't know that it was usually 1,000. But anyway, um, no, I'm just explaining that
right. You always go behind me and
because
explain.
people
Thank you.
don't know. Because you
Okay.
explain things like you assume that people have.
Not always. You just do it anyway. So, but thank you.
Actually, I don't.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
Never mind. Jesus. When you look in a mirror, do you see a woman enjoying her retirement, or do you see a bitter person who move across the world to have a new audience for her complaints?
I see it as just being bitter. That way you guys can see me complain. That's the end of that one. So it is what it is. There's nothing to add to that one. So I guess I I think I've been pretty much adding to that since we started this. So next, I just like to be bitter. And now that I'm not feeling good, I'm really going to be bitter about it. Put a little twist on everything.
With your health failing, your insurances being non existent, and your social security check barely covering your meds, and cat life,
Oh, cat
what's
life.
the end game here? Are you waiting for GoFundMe to save you?
Yep.
Or is your plan to just stay on camera until the wheels fall off?
It's to stay on the camera until the wheels fall off, pretty much. Kind of answered that in the last few, so it seems to be a lot of medical in a row. Just plan to stay. And I already said I really don't want any sort of surgery anyways, just one day at a time. So Hell yeah, I plan to open up a GoFundMe just like the rest of them. Why not? Everybody else does, but what's good for the goose is not good for the gander. And some of these dudes have 2 checks that are opening these things up or asking for money and help. So it my plan is one day at a time. So, but I mean, we've needed finances in the past and haven't said anything. We've just dealt with it. So, we adjust accordingly. So I'm just going to put George in a deep freezer if something happens to him. Deep freezer plan. Cryogenic. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Oh, is that all the questions? So we can go through those because are you done? I mean, that doesn't answer. So that was the last question in there? Hello?
Yeah.
Well, why didn't you say so? I can't read your mind because that goes dark. It's
Because
been
you don't
going
give
dark.
you don't, Heidi, even the people will agree. You didn't give me a chance to even respond. You asked the question, and before I could respond, you already answered your own question. Hello. I'm like, God.
You didn't have nothing to do with your uncle today?
What's wrong?
You. I'm still alive.
Heidi, you're the one who asked me a question who didn't give me a chance to respond. Anybody in the chat will agree. Like, wait, you didn't give him a chance. Anyway.
I'm trying to find a spot in here to go through the comments because they're all the way back. All right, so I'm just going to go through the comments. I make fun of myself. Who cares how much money anyone has as long as you're happy and living within your means? Yeah, even if somebody comes over here on a budget and they've only got 1,200 coming in, you would have to stay within that budget. But the reality of saying, hey, I'm going to go further out in the province and me and my wife can live on that and my kid and all of that, first emergency comes up, they're in trouble. Yeah, you just have to be realistic on what actually is going to come up. Koreatown is developed. Filipino people have a daughter who is scamming a Westerner for money and she gives it to her parents. Where did I hear that recently? There was a few more incidences on, and you can't, I don't trust everything that's in the Facebook forums, Facebook forums, because a lot of them are AIing their stories or making them up just to get responses. Because weirdly now, I believe a bunch of them are AI
Okay,
responses. In the
Facebook,
last 6
first
months.
off.
It's gotten even worse.
Yes, keyword. It has gotten worse. Keyword has gotten worse. What I'm getting at, there's this old saying, the dead internet theory. There's some truth to that. Because even back then, before AI was prevalent, most of the comments are bots. And they're clearly bots, but now it's worse. Most of the crap you see on even Facebook, what I'm saying, most of the posts and most of the comments are bots. If you can't distinguish either or, I'm sorry.
The word for the day
but-
is vulnerable. The same with you getting all squirrely about the political stuff. People are so vulnerable about what the president's doing and saying, and they're vulnerable about everything going on.
Well, I wouldn't
Same
say
with the
that. No, I wouldn't say vulnerable is not the word. Sensitive, probably. I wouldn't say vulnerable.
Well, they're just believing. Some of them aren't even checking into it. They're just too busy working and raising family to see all the other stuff going down. But the whole deal is they're just vulnerable to what's being put in these forums, and they're feeding them what they want to hear, and this is going on and good and happy. But the reality is, I've seen perfectly happy, what appears to be happy and healthy couples that are here as expat and Filipinos, and it's not. It's the same reality that's going on like in America or Canada. Their lives are not that perfect, but beings are in social media, they make it look way more appealing than it is. The same with the expat forums are making it like
Well,
They either
expat
create one,
forums and Reddit, those are, and Facebook. I hate to
YouTube,
say it, these are just horrible places to go.
but they do because most of them don't even come here for years, so they're just living
YouTube's not that
vicariously.
bad. I'm gonna be honest with you. YouTube is not that bad. I mean, Twitch is bad, but YouTube's not that bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that everything on YouTube is real. No. Oh,
That is
Jesus
true,
Christ, no.
Thad.
But
Second one says, I ain't eating that dry fish, but my wife does. Yeah, I'll pass on that. George tried that a couple
right,
times.
second. Okay, here's the thing. Second wind. What do you call it? Chosen one. I mean, they're not gonna eat that dried fish. I mean, does it mean that heck, David Campbell? I'm pretty sure he probably tasted that crap once. In the end, that's it. Never touching it again.
Yeah, I just couldn't see it. I would do it because I see when those guys become homeless and people start feeding them the stuff on the street. I could maybe see it, but me, I would probably just eat the rice and just continue eating rice only. I just can't handle the dried fish.
No, a lot of people won't. A lot of people won't.
Yeah, I just can't. I just don't get the point of them
I
being dried
will,
and then fried.
except it makes the whole house smell. But so, I mean, practicality wise, I mean, taste wise, I'll eat it. But practicality wise, if I have to cook it, no, because it makes everything in the house smell like dead fish. So no.
Heidi is correct. Old men with multiple pensions and narcissism. Yeah, I was talking earlier. Narcissist and yeah, because what's the deal with what's good for one of them and how much they give? And I'm not like, oh, they just give this money to this one specific vlogging female in Dumageddon. There's multiples, and oh, they got 100 sticker and a 500 and a 50 because of what they do, and it's not a jealousy because officially I've pointed out it's the whole deal that if we mention stickers or if you guys like the channel send stickers and we talk about, then I'm an asshole for mentioning it. No, we just don't put on half the clothes and do stupid
Okay,
shit to get the money.
here's
on
the
side.
reality, and I'm not picking
It's
on.
like reality.
I'm not picking on Heidi or anybody else. Here's the thing: if the P, again, P, nothing against you. If the P and Heidi ask the same question, says, please send, go donate, $10, and so we can feed the cats. Now, first off, remember, neither Heidi nor the P said this. But what I'm saying is, in all probability, I would say 80% of the men would donate to the P. And I would say none of the men would donate to Heidi. Point being is why?
Because she puts out simping content and she sucks up to people through the use of talking about the Filipino culture versus the American versus dating and uses sexual references to everything on the backslide. And I don't. And because I don't suck up to nobody.
Right. So there you go.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Exactly.
Sorry. And I don't script and sit here with everything perfect either. Take that to your shit house and make something on it. I mean, it's
right, and again.
But it's not that. It's there's other females there. So he's the one that said the P, but
no.
and we don't just like an example.
I gave an
She's
example
one
that
people know.
I clearly said that neither Heidi nor the P actually said any of that.
Right.
It's just an example.
It's the new ones, including in Angel City, that say stupid shit of why do people do it for the money? Because people would like money. You don't realize the amount of equipment 5 years ago or recently that we put into it. And forget about the time. You're never going to get your time and money's worth. And you have the nerve and audacity to set up an Angelus or Makati with money and say, oh, well, why do you do it for money? And it's like, when did it goddamn turn into that? Who's actually not? And what's with I don't like e-beggars and I don't like, who's to say? But it's just
The,
it's
the
ridiculous.
point I made, the
I mean,
reason,
what? We're just supposed to do it because we're narcissistic or like to bitch, I
the
guess.
reason why I brought
That's
up
why
that
we do it.
statement earlier again is
And
that
we weren't monetized for
the
years.
people who usually criticize are the ones
It's about the attention.
are the
yeah.
most judgmental, and that's what I was getting at.
Right.
Because technically,
Right.
if it's the exact same statement, it shouldn't matter who said it.
Let's see. I've seen in the past Heidi talk trash about other YouTubers and their views, and then use their footage to get views. Like who? Are you talking about Mike's Philippine Retirement
Incorrect.
specifically?
Incorrect.
We don't get numbers. We know where our numbers is.
Not-
We're just doing content.
Not the YouTubers, but what they say.
Which one, Bobby? Be specific.
There's a difference, and there's a big giant misnomer on this. Is why I'm very careful of the stuff that comes out of my mouth, is because I don't want people to twist it.
Because believe me, if I was going to trash talk, I would really rip
Right,
into
and
them
that's
as
what
a
I was getting
person.
at. We most
Like,
of the time when we
literally,
bring
I
up
would talk about their teeth.
when we bring
I'd
up
talk about
other
their hair, I'd
YouTubers,
talk about how they funny.
well, now
built.
you're sounding like other expats.
What
now.
I'm saying, if I was trash talking,
Well,
that's how it
that's
would
exactly
go.
what I'm saying. Is
I would talk about
that's
every
how
aspect, how
other
shitty their
expats
footage
do it.
is,
They
how they
usually
could have used the
talk
right
about
camera, used the
how
wrong
they
camera,
look,
how
how
their
buck teeth
editing
they
is,
are.
how
Right.
it could have been anything, where they're from. We
In
don't
fact,
do
one
that.
of these
We've
other
never
YouTubers
done
like,
that.
oh, I can always call you out, blah blah blah, and how ugly you are. And I'm like, dude, that's not what it's about. You already lost the battle. Point being is
So specifically,
I'm usually really good at even keeping Heidi in check. Like, hey, we can't
And
talk
it's-
about other
and when was it
YouTubers.
ever about the
How
views? Where is
well,
it?
see, that's the thing. It's about what they say.
It's this person being butthurt over a specific situation because that's twice they've mentioned
Right.
something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, that's
because this person twice has said something where it feels
well,
like it's
that's what's
personally
his name.
hitting
I
them.
mean, that's Bobby. I mean, he's always been like that.
We're not even sure it's there's been several Bobbies. This is different. Bobby had something before. I don't think
Anyway.
this is the same Bobby.
Either way, I mean,
Either way, they're taking something personal. So if you don't like it, don't watch. It says it's been saying it on the end of our thing. So evidently somebody's gotten really butt hurt. So I use an air fryer, aircon, Google Home, crap, microwave, fridge, water pump, TV. Yeah, so you got the full works. And where'd he say his bill was $4,500? Okay. I believe you're in a much cooler place too. And all, like George said, the amounts are going to change based on what they're actually charging. Anyone remember Unsolved Mystery TV show? It has channel with old episodes. Yeah, Unsolved Mysteries. It says electric in Mindanao is 11 pesos. That's kind of where ours is right now. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Hey, Jimmy, what is going on? Jimmy Neutron Foot Sniffer. There it is, George. Hey, Pinky, what is going on?
that's an odd name.
You're right. I'm an Irish twin. Jimmy. Okay. What's your favorite Little Debbie? I didn't eat those, so there you are assuming, and that would indicate you're a troll. Because one, your name is trollish, and two, you jump straight to what type of food that is light. So troll. So, but thank you for the comment and kicking our algorithm. More than likely a failing YouTuber. Or just failing. It's karaoke time. Filipinos that shop at S&R makes me look like I'm on food stamps. I've
No.
been saying that.
Not lying.
Their
Not
cards
lying.
were full. We spent on average $150 to $200. Ours comes up to 7, 8, 9, 10, 12,000
No, we're in
pesos.
Landers. Yeah.
And this is in Landers.
And not just us. We're
And
talking
their
about other
parts,
expats.
right? And they don't run stores. They don't whatever. And it's like, how when you're spending, like, some people here are making 10, 15,000 a month when they're working, and it doesn't make any sense. And I don't
And forget
get it.
Landers and forget Landers.
And it's a full place. We're waiting in line.
And
for a
forget
while.
SNR. If we're just in hypermart, the freaking Filipinos have like 3 carts full. Not
Mhm.
lying.
Yeah, it's
And
still
and then the
amazing.
expats, the Americans or
Oh,
whatever,
right, sorry, yeah.
they barely have one full. No.
Yep, right here. Yeah, I hate and love SNR. Yeah, and never less than 12. Yeah, so we kind of slowed down because when we're in there, we just throw everything in the
Whoa,
cart.
second win. 12K. Wow. Yeah, no.
It's
Trust
more
me,
than a
the
rent.
Filipinos
So think of
will
it this way.
will spend 20, 30 easy.
That is more than our rent. So who spends more than their
Yeah,
rent
no.
in America? They said
Filipinos
that I've
do,
seen
yeah.
where somebody's renting out in America. They're renting sheds on their properties for $850 in California. That's insane.
Yeah,
And they
no.
got busted. There's no water. There's no nothing. They're literally with no AC. They're just living in sheds, and they got busted for doing it.
Well, it's
And-
not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not new, but the whole point is
Well, no,
is
I
to
said
spend
it's-
$850 to just go for one trip. And that's not even your monthly stuff. That was just to go in and grab odds and ends. It's mind-boggling. The same with the electric. My electric is almost as much as the rent. It's kind of like,
Well, technically,
there's so many mind-boggling things about
Technically,
the cost.
they can rent out the sheds as long as there's no minors. I believe.
Well, there's rules about spacing and water being hooked up. That's why there are rules, George, to you just can't rent anything out. You just can't throw a bunch of things. Every time an item is put on, like once you put like your office on your property, didn't you have to get permits and stuff for all of that?
Shit,
Or you did.
that thing's nice.
What I'm saying is it requires permits, and if you're renting something out, that's another law about rentals and
That
being
thing's
a
nice.
landlord.
That's
The whole
fully
thing
insulated and
is the
everything.
fact that
And
people
has
are
electricity and everything.
just the cost
It
of
has a
becoming
cold AC. It's an inverter AC at
astronomical.
that. Jesus, that's a nice setup.
One day medical city clerk cost me 89,000. Yeah, you probably had a lot of stuff done. What was that? An MRI and a couple of expensive tests. Heidi, George, can you handle Gore? Al Gore, or what are we talking about?
Well, he's talking about probably Al Gore. Yeah.
I doubt it. He's probably just talking about scary. I mean, we watch scary movies and stuff, and there's nothing we haven't seen that would shock us. As a matter of fact, I'm watching a show now that is, let me see if I can see it. It's actually pretty good. It's called yeah. How do you say that? Grotesquire or something. It's an FX show. How do you say that? I know it's hard. It's the lettering that's throwing me off. Grotesquire. They pronounce it in a French way, but basically, you would have to go check it out. It's on Disney, and it's kind of weird. It's really weird. Like body parts are pinned on the wall, half cut up, and one got stitched together in a church. It's like 6 homeless people they stitched together, and it's kind of out there. It's no shock. There's a lot of crazy stuff in there. Pretty much Heidi has to live off of water, and it sucks. I gave up drinking, gave up smoking, gave up really going places because I can't be out in the sun too long just because of my medical issues. So then like George says, it gets complicated because I need knee replacement, and I have lupus, and I have anemia, and there's all these different things going on that just limits me, makes me sick, causes an off balance. And then now what I did have was being able to eat fast food like twice a week, or that I could have had pizza when I wanted, or could have had 2 donuts when I wanted. But now that's even gone because if I eat those things, screw that I would gain 2 pounds. It's the salt and the potassium and the sugar that's just clogging and messing with my heart even worse now. So it's come down to that officially my body's rejecting everything. And they believe half of it is the lupus right now. Forget it's hereditary and that my obesity is not helping. It's a comorbidity and everything. Comorbidity, yeah. But it's the fact that even if I weighed 160 pounds or 140, it would still be there. The lupus and hereditary would have hit me. So, and then did I tell you about my realization? I kept thinking, remember what my thinking was a couple years ago? I was like, well, eventually my appetite will go away and I'll stop eating things. And old people don't eat a whole lot. And I've never seen a big person that's older. Remember when I went through all that theory that they must lose weight and everything? Hey, George, the reality of all that. Remember when I've talked about that on and off for the last couple of years? It's because they don't live past a certain age. That's why there's no big old people. And it's like, dang, man. So it's just like, so I got like a bad combination and I know what I got to do. So, but pretty much, that's pretty much it. Nothing, no soy sauce, no salt, no salt substitutes because it's got potassium in it. I can have vinegar, mustard, and because mayo is made with certain oils, it's better than ketchup that has tons of salt and sugar in it. So, unless I can't even have tomato sauce, no tomato sauce, no bananas, it's everything is off. What was it? Broccoli, but could have cauliflower. It just gets really weird. So basically, and I have to limit the nuts and seeds and lentils, all of that I used to eat, I have to limit. I'm feeling George misses the US and wish he was there. What do you think, George? Do you miss being in America officially? Since, I mean, if it was pre 5 years ago versus now, is that making any difference on you returning?
Not really. It doesn't matter.
You're not worried about the immigration thing. You're not worried about.
I'm answering the question.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
Yeah,
asking
you're.
a question and then you answered. I was just trying to clarify that. That was okay.
Yeah. No, not really. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Pros and cons, but with the cost, in my opinion, that's just off the chain. You could have lived on one income. Like, even if, you would have to have a real career change now. A person would have to practically work two jobs or have two incomes in a house now just to get by. You just couldn't do like in the past and rent a $600, $700 apartment and make a couple thousand a month. Now you're going to need a second person or roommates or whatever to actually start to get by unless you have really good career and something established. There are people with college educations that aren't finding jobs that have good ones that would put them into a job, but the jobs are taken. Too many other people with the same degrees. It's a lot going on.
Well, that's another. Yeah. Then, yeah.
Yeah, which is another thing.
In the U.S., if you have a college degree, it's an edge. Trust me, I know it made a difference.
Bro said,
But here in the Philippines, forget it, because everybody has a college degree here, pretty much.
yeah.
I not literally, not literally. Okay, don't take it literally. I mean, you got to be special if you take things what anybody says literally. But anyway,
Says not true. George Heidi would be taken care of back home.
no, bro, no, bro. I know this for a fact. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Yes, if Heidi was literally dying and I
Yeah, I
take
could
her
call
to
and
the ER,
yeah, they'll keep me in
yes.
there and take care of me.
However, at her condition right now, if I take her to the hospital, nope, they won't.
They probably
You
wouldn't do
are
surgery.
living in a delusion. In a delusion, if you think that if you have there's something wrong with you, they'll take care of you.
For me, yeah.
No, not just you. A lot of people. I'm not saying everybody.
Are you
Keyword.
saying based on what
Keyword.
part?
Not everybody. Depends on your current health and situation. Not everybody will be taken care of. However, don't fool yourself that it's automatic.
No, at this point they won't. What needs to be done, they won't do
For
now.
instance,
I'm at
here's an
I'm
example.
at a what do you call that, stalemate or
Right.
whatever.
David Campbell. He made it there, didn't he?
But they weren't able to
Did
do
he?
a lot.
He's done, isn't he? He's gone.
Same here. It's evident what's going
Bro,
on. They
you
won't do
are living
surgery.
in a
They won't.
disillusioned world if you think
It
the
just
moment you step foot in
means,
American soil, you're saved.
and honestly, here's the deal, that even with insurance and going into the hospital, it just means they're going to run a shitload of tests, put me on 3 other medications, and run me like they did my mother into the ground. It's almost like they're trying to get as much money off of you. And so my mom was on dialysis on a daily basis. They fit in a surgery for her Crohn's, and that's what ended up killing her over her cancer and everything else. But they ran her to all these doctors and nothing improved it. And I know people say, oh, well, you're just thinking negative. No, they won't do surgery on me because of my size. And it didn't
Well, it's
matter
a
if it
lot of
was
things.
2
Your age has
years.
a lot to do with it too.
Oh, well, with me just being 54, that's not going to be
Yeah.
their problem. It's going to be that I have kidney issues and the way the tests have shown. It's going to be because of the lupus and I'm anemic until they correct the
And
anemia,
again,
which
your
is a
age has something
constant.
to do with it.
Yeah.
Because your
Something, but
age has something to do with, for example, I said Kelly, the Australian guy. First off, he's Australian. But let's say he's an American citizen.
what's
At
the
his
age?
age, which is past 60, they're not going to do hip surgery on you unless you're going to pay for it. Guys, do your research.
Well, actually, they do it all the time on 70, 80-year-olds, but it's got, I don't know about 80, but they do it. You've got to be.
You have to meet a certain criteria, but no, I don't even know about 60, babe. Trust me. Nowadays, no. But either way, it's not automatic. Again, you guys are fooling yourselves if you think it's automatic. It's never has been.
I have been on other meds. Let's see. This one seems to be best for me. Yeah, Sultan and Roberts going back, but also the metal holds my ankle new. Yeah, and that's another thing. I've needed knee replacement for years, and I am limited. And then add in my weight, and that I've been on steroids for over 5 years. It's just a hot mess, which is all on me. I accept all that, and it's been what it is.
Okay, Professor, again, just real quick. I'm not going to go deep into this. This is the last thing I'm going to mention this. Here's an example. Because Professor said David is beyond help. Well, yes,
So
yes
pretty
and no.
much.
First off, you have to remember we don't know his current situation. However, I believe I understand where you're coming from. Now, here's the thing. When let's clarify what beyond help means. Okay. Here's the thing. If, for instance, okay, you're experiencing diabetes, you're having kidney failure, whatever, yada yada yada. Here's what beyond help means. Beyond help means, okay, in American healthcare, I'm very specific here. American healthcare means that if you're gonna die within 6 months or a year, they're not gonna help you. So are you beyond help at that point? So you're saying that extra year and a half is not worth your life? It's not worth the insurance? To you, maybe, and your family, it's worth it, right? But guess what? They're not going to help you because you're beyond help. So thank you for bringing that up, Professor, because honestly, that's what beyond help means. If in all probability you're gonna die next year,
All
they're
the
not
money in
gonna
the
help
world's
you.
not going to help.
They're not gonna help you. Well, what I'm saying is, I'm not talking about all the money in the world. If you have the money, then yeah, pay for it. But what I'm
You
saying
can't
is,
pay to force a doctor to put me under the knife.
no, 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 no,
That
no.
is
I'm
beyond
not
help.
talking about you. I'm talking about what beyond help means. Beyond help doesn't necessarily mean they can't help you. It just means it's not profitable for them anymore.
Oh, you're talking about the
What I'm saying is,
insurance.
what's the difference between that extending your life by 6 months or 1 year versus a cancer patient that they're paying out of their pocket? What's the difference? There's no difference. The difference is the insurance decides, no, you're beyond help. I put air quotes in that because remember, beyond help is actually just what it's it's the category that the healthcare puts you in,
The whole
whether
thing
you like
is
it or not.
the whole thing is just a mess.
No, I mean, I'm just being honest here. I'm not
Between
lying.
insurance,
I'm not
self-pay, health
lying. Point being is
issues.
insurance company sees you as a number. And as a number, there is a price on your life. Again, I'm not making this up. Stabilize and vaporize. Trust me, I these are not my words. This stuff that's coming out of my mouth. I don't come up with this. I don't pull this out of my butt. This is healthcare.
Yeah,
Sorry.
there's a limit on what they'll actually cover.
Trust me, I've had enough loss in my life. And I know. From my grandfather to my dad recently. Trust me, I know. And they're in America. Anyway.
Right. I truly believe returning to have anything done, if they will even do it, will just be
No, I
a
even told
joke at this
Heidi that.
point, especially with what's going on, because it's not without knowledge that I've been on disability, Medicare, and supplements. So if I return, I'm going right back on them. And just showing up at the ER is not the actual
They'll put
answer.
you on the back burner. You're not a priority.
They're not going to do anything anyways. Like I said,
Well,
comorbidities and my lupus and other things, they won't do surgery. So this is not my mother at 48 years old with little to nothing but high blood pressure when they replaced
dude,
her
all
heart.
right, all right, all right. This is all right. All right. Dude, I'm laughing right now, honestly, because Professor, almost, I would say 80% of the people in this chat will disagree with you. Cost is not a factor. It actually, cost is every factor in healthcare in America. I don't care who you're talking about. The reality is, healthcare is monetarily based, and all their judgments are based on money. So that's actually against what you're saying. The fact that he says cost is not a factor. No, cost is every factor when it comes to
And
healthcare.
because he was Marine, still didn't give him a
It,
better level of care. There's a lot of
they,
veterans that go without care,
dude,
proper
Professor,
care.
I hate to say
Takes
this.
forever to
You,
get in and get appointments.
I
And
hope
what's
you're
her
in
name?
great health, honestly, so you don't actually
I,
hit this wall called healthcare. I'm not joking. I swear. I hope
And
you're
I'm
in good
saying it's
health.
both between the insurance companies, the cost factor, whether you have Medicare or you have the money to pay for it. You're dealing with David. He already had a lot of bad health issues. He was
Right.
already up against the actual the wall to begin with. So returning, this is where people have a problem. Returning back to America prolonged his life for what? He could have stayed with his wife and spent better quality time. That's where I get to be sometimes. If I have 6 months to a year and I cannot, because of my health issues, do something, then why not stay here with my husband and get basic care? In other words, I would just get the care, and I'm putting a bandage on it because they're not going to do surgery. And all the money in the world isn't going to have that happen. Even if I was military and could go get all this extra stuff and somebody, they're still not going to. And I'm sure that's where David had come up against some stuff. Is it there's limits. I'm kind of trying to add in both of them and everything.
Well, like Radar says, hey Radar, how you doing, man? Like Radar says,
But thank you for the statements,
yeah,
Professor. I mean,
yeah.
it's yeah, I mean that's it's still good facts and stuff where he's saying, Dave was a Marine. Yeah. It's probably what got him into a facility quicker, but how many guys are going without care as veterans over there? There's a lot of them not getting proper care right now.
Yeah, radar says fixing one thing and counting 10 more. Lucky if they fix that first thing. No, that's how it works. That's how healthcare works. They look at the whole picture.
Mhm.
Like I said, age, okay, they're not literally looking at your age, but they are. What I'm saying is, like, I know Heidi says it's not the age, but actually it
It
is,
is. Yeah,
because
my
what
age,
what
my
comes with
size,
age
my
comes your
other
healing
medical.
factor,
Mhm.
your contribution to society. No, trust me, they calculate everything. They they
The
don't
other
let.
medicines I'm on, because as soon as I
Yeah,
stop those medicines, yeah, it's am not going to survive.
it's like
So
that old adage: who they're gonna save, the child or the old person when the boat's sinking? They're gonna save the child. Same thing.
well,
No, same thing. I'm talking about healthcare.
okay.
What I'm saying is, for example, if there's a kidney available, who's that kidney gonna
Oh,
go
well,
to?
yeah, of course. Yeah.
No, anything, anything. If that surgeon has to go somewhere and save which one, who are they gonna pick? They're gonna pick the younger one. They're gonna pick.
Right. So even let's say we were a billionaire and knew all the
Yeah,
doctors
they're
in
still gonna go for the
California.
younger person. Yes.
Okay, I'm talking about something different. So let's say we did and we avoided all the insurance hands. They're still going to say no to me because of my age and because of my other issues and because of me being severely overweight. It's going to stop it at some point. There's only so much that could carry you so far with your health issues.
Well, money. Okay, now money helps. However, there's this the myth. See, that's the thing. Conspiracy theories and myths. You guys have to realize there's a limit to conspiracy theories and myths. Here's the thing: if such is the case, okay, if money cures everything, including cancer, because Steve always says, "Oh well, cancer. If you have money, can't you, there's a cure for cancer. You're just saving it from the rich people." Really?
Well, you can go to other foreign countries with new treatments and see if
Well,
those are
but
unregulated. All right, we're going really.
okay. Anyway, then that's fine. Never mind.
Okay. Professor said, "Thank you for your honest answer." So you can eat steak and fish. Actually, no. Red meat is off the table totally, and I can only have so much fish because the rest of it has other
Magnesium,
ingredients.
potassium.
So basically, I'm allowed shrimp is on the list. Basically, it's almost a Mediterranean, but I can't have like tomatoes and certain vegetables. Can't have potatoes. Everything's like off the. And this isn't dieting to lose weight. This is so I can live through the next week. Okay, because if it crashes with my other medicine, I'm in trouble. So can't have any of the red meats, can't have hamburger, and basically it is, I think it might be salmon, shrimp, and tuna is the basics, but all the other white ones tend to have certain ingredients. It's off the list. It actually gives me like three types when it comes to fish. So nothing, no tomatoes,
So shellfish is included, I assume.
huh?
Shellfish is included.
I don't know if mussels, if it's got too much fat or it's got to be lean. So I don't know
Well, you said
where,
shrimp is included.
right? Which is, I think, pretty much fat free. So,
Second one says no VA success.
right. Rike's bachelor course been around for a long time there.
Oh, I see. He's
Yeah,
current.
he's talking about David was past help. Yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of, unless something majorly improves, even let's say the next 2 3 years the medicine keeps me stable, this is what me and the doctor are talking about, and then I lose weight, there could be other issues with my kidneys currently that could only get worse, and then they still won't do anything. So it's kind of, I'm kind of on the cusp here that majorly getting the weight off but still being on steroids and heart issues, and I can barely move because of my knees, they won't do knee surgery They're not going to do heart surgery. So then how am I supposed to get so active and starve myself to lose weight the next couple years only for something else that I have that's, but one day at a time. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and just fall into a hole either. I'm still actually, but the surgery is off the table and stuff. So David got back and very possibly hastened, probably where he just delayed. I don't know. I think whatever was going on with him was still happening there. It's kind of like
Actually, that's
now.
another thing. You guys do realize that David's been there, right?
Yeah, he returned a while back and
Guys,
then came
David's
back home.
been there.
Been going
He
back and
wasn't there
forth.
recently. He's been there.
That's
And
true.
a lot of
He's
you guys
been
think
back home
that
for a
he
while,
just
like a week or two.
all of a sudden he was there. No,
Months, 6
he's
months,
been
a
there.
year.
Yeah,
He's been
it's
back
almost
to
a
America.
year. Yes.
I don't know exactly. I mean, right off the top of our head, a lot of this stuff
No,
we
he's
don't.
been there.
But he's been back. Yeah, Professor was just saying, as a U.S. veteran, they will help. Something you don't know about. We do. My sisters and family are all veterans, so I know my dad can't get into the VA. I know my dad. He's not in a veteran program
The
right now. He's in a regular nursing home now that has nothing to do because he can't get any help. So that's just it. Each person will not experience the same thing, whether it's here or back in America. Each person has a different circumstance. He just didn't get into an instant program. The first time he didn't get any help at all. He was in the VA for a while and then they had him leave. And then he didn't have a facility. He came back.
That's really weird that you would say that, considering that again,
Well, I
Campbell
believe,
is a VA.
well, the professor, I believe,
He's a veteran.
well, he's part of the Campbell channel. He's always been there watching how
Right,
David
that's what I
does
said.
thing.
It's kind
He
of
didn't get
odd
help. Yeah, he
to
didn't
say
get.
that.
My family is so that we don't know. Yeah, maybe I don't know the insides and outs of everything each person's going to get, but I know that there is delays in getting appointments and assistance, and they've cut a lot of programs. So I thought him getting any help recently was pretty good, but I don't think it's for every single person. People make it like it's golden that if you're military, you're just getting golden service all the time. And I have found the military to really do their military wrong. It's there are benefits, but at the same time, how they apply is not the greatest. Good morning, Angelo. And there's a good point. Victoria is also a Campbell Channel watcher like we are. David was only 30% related service, which means he did not qualify for a whole bunch. He was not getting 100% as far as his disabilities. His disabilities came from something else, not because it's got to be service related. Like when you get help here in the Philippines, it's got to be service related, as I'm to understand. I could be wrong, but from people talking about the last 5 years,
No,
did
no,
they
no,
not say
no,
it's
no,
got
no,
to,
no.
in order to get, you can use your TRICARE if it's been given to
No,
you.
yes, that's
But if you're
different.
going to the
Yes,
VA clinic,
yes,
like
good point.
that
For
one guy
example,
used to
like
pick up his migraine meds and psych meds and
if
stuff. You're
Scott
right.
had some kidney issues, that's something to do with VA.
Right. And so David had,
Right. I mean, yeah, no, I mean it has to be yes, service related, correct.
no, VA sucks out the ass. My dad and sister, Army for years. My dad was in the Vietnam War and got sick from the war. Cannot get an appointment half the time in Florida. It's just where it is. And I'm sorry. The way the military is treated all the way around has been crappy.
Yeah, and even Scott told
Military
me
people
like
good. How the
yeah, has to be
government's
service
handled.
related, yes.
Oh, he had said that, okay, that you had David was in a nursing home. I thought David was living in he was getting an assistant sent to his house. I didn't know that. Maybe he moved into another one. I don't know. I don't know didn't watch the
Well, it
last
doesn't
few.
matter. In the end, there's nothing that anybody did they?
There are only certain hospitals that will operate on large individuals, so Heidi would have to find those. Yeah, and the cost would be soul crushing. Well, I would have full insurance to cover it. It's a matter of me being big. Anybody a fraction of the size, they just won't operate on you because you're overweight. So if you're 80, 90, 100 pounds overweight, yeah, they're going to say, hey, we're not operating. They're not going to take the chance. So add in that I'm 54 years old with lupus and kidney issues and congestive heart failure. They're not going to risk putting me under. They'll be worried about getting sued. So the answer is no. The answer is no here. So having a surgery is out of I'll tell you right now, it's out of the question. And even if I lose weight, they're still going to say no because of other issues. So I'm just like I was screwed before I even left the United States and I was aware of that. I just didn't think that it would worsen. So, but I guess we did figure that out. So, yeah, soul crushing. Yeah, I'd have, like I said, I have, the medical would cover the procedure like it did for my mother. They just won't do it because my mother didn't have those issues. She was slightly overweight, but she didn't have lupus and certain medicines required. They just won't put me under anesthetic. So, you can only eat food with high values of mercury. No, it's things with potassium and salt, and a lot of everything has potassium, which is a form of salt. But the medicines that I'm on, along with other things for the medical, it just won't allow me. And so it's just medicine alone that I can't have these foods. And then, really, to get some of this weight off, a lot of things cannot be eaten. So I'm then on a diet and restricted from foods and nothing, no red sauce. Imagine everything has red sauce. And I was already cooking at home to begin with most of the time, but then it just got really, really, really worse. David is being remembered here. It is very sad. But I honestly, with his health conditions over the years and having the stroke, and then he continued to smoke and eat like I was. But I didn't sit around eating, a ton of fried food, but I guess I was eating the donuts. So none of it surprised me when his health it just deteriorated. And I'm not even sure if he even ever drank after that. So just all kinds of stuff. But um, yeah, it's the Philippines is losing people coming to live and for tourists coming here. Yeah, the tourism is dropping. Making bank is easier, and for the healthcare in the U.S. be to be used there, many more would come to live. I think if they would improve that or allow if they would turn loose and do what they've been talking about, where Medicare could be used here.
They're not going to do that.
Yeah,
Not with the current government.
especially now they're not with what's going
I'm
on.
not being again. I'm not an anti-government thing, but point being is with the current government, that's not going to happen. It's not their viewpoint. It's they're really anti everything right now. So
Yeah, second win. My dad was 24 years service, 100% disabled. And trust me, yeah, the VA sucks. Yep. Terrible at helping. Yeah, I would agree. 54 is a good milestone. Yeah, actually, it is, considering my mother only made it to 50 with part of my problems. So, yeah, I know Victoria kept up with it. David was in a couple hospitals and the VA care facilities, and he got sent to a private home. Yeah, in Gilbert, where, yeah, I don't know if he made it out of that private home. I think he had a private care person there because it appeared to be a private home because you could hear the kids screaming in the background. And I don't think there was people visiting the nursing home. I think they said he was in a private house, that caregiver, and they said the nurse came in once a week. So it's not a facility. They talk about how they came in once a week or something. I kind of missed it, but Harry, listening in the car, driving to Pops, definitely be able to write And I do, but there's a limit, dude. I mean, I put like the seeds and I would put like raisins and eggs, but even putting that stuff's in there is limited. Which one are you going to sit around and eat salad and say, hey, if that's what I got to do? You're all full of shit. I think about the people that can't even make it one day without smoking or one day without drinking or soda. Give up everything. I don't drink soda. This is the closest.
Well, for
It's
those of
easier
who
said than
say
done.
just eat salad, have never just eaten salad.
To have them on the occasion is one thing. And George
I'm
knows I
not
love
joking.
salad. I could do it twice a day.
Again,
Not a big
before the
deal, but there's a
Philippines, I
limit.
was really thin, and not because I didn't eat anything, because I did eat a lot. But however, I did just go into the salad diet just for the hell of it. Trust me, it's a diet you never ever want to be in. You know why? Again, not because of the salad taste sucks. I love salad. It's just that you eat salad now, 30 minutes later, you're starving.
There's no
I'm not
protein.
I'm not
There's no
saying
fiber.
I'm not
There's
saying hungry.
nothing
I'm saying starving.
correct. It might be healthy, and anyways,
If you're a cow or a horse, maybe, but
you and your cat. All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap this up. And who's your little friend there?
oh, I
So it
know.
got more into the.
He's a sweetheart. He really is.
Uh, all right, guys. We appreciate everybody dropping in here, and thank you to all of our members. Hey, Scooby Doos, Scuba Doobies. I can't
Hey,
say his
Scooby, how
name.
you
What's
doing?
going on? Yeah, a lot of you ain't gonna handle it. For those that are saying it's just
You know who? Yeah, sorry.
no.
Yeah, no, it's just off track. Scooby got his name from that song, the Doobie Doobie Doo song. That's how they came up with the name.
Uh,
And then Shaggy is based on, I forgot the character's name, and I forgot the show, but you know Gilligan, the actor. Yeah, he
mhm.
was in another show, and he looked like Shaggy,
Oh,
and that's where he was based on. It's really
how
amazing.
they actually
Yeah,
come
he
up with
had
the
the goatee and
characters.
everything. Yeah, and like, hey man, yeah, no, really, I'm not making this up, but anyway,
All right, guys. Thank you for dropping in, and we will see you. It'd be Monday, and then, like I said, we'll have our Christmas Eve
Monday.
on Wednesday and Thursday. Are we skipping Monday? It's Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays are usually our live streams.
Okay.
And we've been off for the last month. Always in Christmas, we are off on everything. So unless we have something scheduled on
No.
Monday, but maybe because we're going to do a live stream on Christmas Day and probably Christmas Eve, then it might be then. So that might be the next time you guys see us. So, all right, guy, Doobie Gillis show. That's what he said. Thank you, Professor. We do appreciate people coming in here. And, it's what makes the show and everything. But we do appreciate you being in here.